What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to TFC Pug Night. I don't have Cody's cam, but he is here. Welcome in. Sorry to keep you guys waiting, but happy St. Patrick's Day. We're going to get into the action here immediately, as we've already got a game pretty much on our hands and ready to go. Cody, how we feeling?
Feeling good, man. Excited to be here.
Excited to
be here.
All right, well, without further ado, let's not waste any time here. We're going to go ahead and get things on the way as soon as this lobby starts up. It looks like we're gonna be starting off early tonight with Bernal playing final round. We've got a lot of people here in the lobby this evening. Big shout out to the Code Breakers community, by the way, for giving us a shout out in their community earlier this week. A bunch of people hopped over to the TFC Discord and wanted to run some pugs. They're also going to be running their own pugs on Thursday nights now, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to get more pugs action throughout the week, that's got us on Tuesday, you've got them on Thursday, and you've got Ape Squad, I believe, on Sundays. And then Merch runs customs, I think, for the Ape Squad on Mondays. So tons of finals action for you to get your hands on in this little lull period for finals esports. We're not slowing down, though. Things are going to be picking up here, it sounds like, very, very soon. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it on Foggy Day, Bernal of all things, which is
a choice.
Crazy weather conditions, to say the least.
Yeah, I totally agree. And let's talk about the Boundless. Currently, looks like they're going to be running double light. I see an M11, I see an ARN, and I see the repeater, Jog's trusty weapon that he always chooses. But double light, definitely interesting going into this on the side of the Boundless. And on the side of live wires, we have a light, medium, and heavy. The good old LMH, Sam.
Yes, this is going to be a good one. LMH, of course, never a bad choice. The double light is going to be interesting, especially with Jog running this repeater. He has been super consistent. Last week in Pugs, he really had a showing. Was playing extremely well. I know he's been grinding ranked for the end of the season, so curious to see if he's going to keep up that consistency and continue to look as good this week as he did last week. But without further ado, let's get into the action here as the live wires have already started. Vault number 1 here. A nice and fortunate spawn for them. Boundless going to look to make their approach here and see how they can maybe disrupt this. B in an interesting position for the live wires. If they do manage to get this vault and get moving pretty early, that's going to be easy rotate for them, whereas the Boundless are going to continue to have to traverse this map in order to kind of provide some contention on this cash out. But they're going to go ahead and get right into it as the gateway does get the live wires out of the way here. Farside's going to go ahead and get active. Normally we see him on the SR-84 sniper, but he's going to start things off here with that M11. Going to jump on with Jog now, who, like Cody said, has that repeater, the flintlock skin. In fact, ever since he's put this thing on, I swear he's shot straighter. There he goes. Nice shots on the Navy Street there, bringing him down to 2 bars. Navy Street also on the medium, normally a heavy player. It's nice to see a little bit of a switch up here out of him, even though he has been performing very, very well in the heavy these past few weeks. Kai gonna go ahead and get it sturdy in here as he's gonna find a pick on the bot with that M11. Gonna look for another one here. Actually, sorry, that's the ARN, but he's gonna find one onto Navy Street as well. That leaves Tom Toast, the last one remaining on the side of the live wires here to hold things down. Meanwhile, the Boundless are gonna probably be looking for a flip opportunity here. We see the steel tips already coming in out of Kai. Cody, why don't you break that down for us real quick?
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting approach. I mean, the live wires had that gateway down to try to get them onto that Trencia building, and it worked pretty well, but the problem was that the Boundless were moving around on the outside, and while Farside was, kind of closing in, so were Kai and Jog, and the live wires had nowhere else to go, and slowly they just got picked off, and that was kind of a great move by the Boundless. I mean, it's keeping them split, keeping them contained, and keeping that map control, but now we're already getting into that next matchup, Sam, and jumping in with Mont.
Yeah, Mont on the Lewis gun. We're seeing a lot more of this, I've noticed. I've been playing the finals a little bit here and there over the last 2 weeks, and Lewis gun approaching more and more every single game that I play. So I'm wondering if that's kind of worked its way into the meta. Obviously, with not a lot of the pro scene going on, it's kind of hard to gauge things on, but Mont's going to look to put in some damage here as he takes that pad from the RPG. It's not going to connect, unfortunately. Now he's in a tricky situation as he is currently being chased down here. Kai's going to find that pick on the Mont. Farside getting the trade out as well on the Navy Street. It's a 3v1 situation. Cody has Tom Toast. Last one remaining on the live wire. Is going to need a miracle here to make this cash out happen.
Yeah, not too great there. I mean, as soon as he said it, I think his chances of miracles went right away. And Jog getting a great pick on to Tom Toast with that repeater. I mean, I love that front left skin, Sam, genuinely.
Yeah, it is a fire skin, and this is going to be cash out 1 going to the side of the Boundless. Maybe we could take a little peek at the scoreboard here real quick while we wait for the live wires to get up here. I'm curious to see where our kills lie. Kai putting in damage with that Arn, 3-0 currently. Jog 1-0 as well with 3 assists, getting active in all of those fights, and then Farside 2-0 as well. Just nice kills across the board. Over on the live wires, though, struggling in the kill department as we're rocking the triple goose eggs. But we're going to look to see if we can flip that thing around here as we start our second rotation of vaults here. Kai taking quite a bit of damage. Tom Toast looking to confirm that. Does actually find it here. It almost gets the second one onto Jog, but Jog coming in clutch with that repeater. The defib onto Kai now, Cody.
Yeah, Farside not in too great a position. Navy Street getting a great pick with that F car, and now it is Jog and Kai, the 2v2 of a Century. Mont coming in hot with that dome shield, and having a heavy here is kind of means everything. It's that health pool. Kai taking a ton of damage, Mont getting that pick, and now just Jog needs to try to get this res. He's going to sneakily try. Hopefully no one sees him because they are right above, and they're soon to drop down. Surely they hear the res. Farside is now up and involved. The gateway coming in, trying to get him a reposition, and Jog comes with him. This is a decent position. Mont, though, however, sees him and is in a decent position as well. He has that mesh shield. He's able to push in. That M11 is going to try to rain in some damage as well, though. The C4 starting to break some of the building. And now Jog starting to get a little bit separated. They're trying to get this res. Hopefully nobody knows. Is trying his best, Farside, to keep alive, and he's able to get a pick onto Tom Toast, and it's now a 3v2. Things are starting to change. Mont taking a lot of damage as well. That CV01 repeater is great here in that fight against the heavy. Jog needs to try to just stay alive here. Be careful, because this is the position you want to be in, and they don't want to let him get the res, which I think is exactly what they're going for, Sam.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity here. Jog has tried to stick a res a couple times now with that hand res while the defib was on cooldown and ultimately decided to abandon it. We didn't really see why as the camera cut away there, but as I say that, Jog and Mont trading each other out as Mont's going to get one onto Kai. That's going to leave things still in a 1v2 situation. Paddles are available for Jog here, but he's going to look to get sturdy here onto Navy Street. Does find one. Nice shots there. Tom Toast, though, going to look to trade this thing out as Farside is already coined in. This is now a 2v1 situation. The paddles are, sorry, I guess the wires, if you're Jog here, going to look to connect onto Kai. Gonna flip things around now. A 3v1 situation as Tom Toast is the last one remaining onto the live wire. Some nice shots on this repeater here, bringing Tom Toast down to half health as Farside's gonna look to chase him down and maybe clean that up. Kai gonna find that with that ARN, and it's not a full wipe yet, Cody, as the live wires did get the res in out of Mont with his coin, but we can essentially say that fight is over as the Boundless have gone ahead and started moving this vault.
Yeah, I really don't know if I agree with the coining here on the side of the live wires. I mean, Mont just spawning in, Navy Street not too far behind, but they still have 5 seconds left for Tom Toast, and they're over 150 meters away. I mean, Mont's moving pretty quick, but Navy Street's pretty far behind. I feel like we're giving the Boundless a lot of time here, Sam.
Yeah, this is a lot of time, like you said. A good rotation here for the Boundless as they're going to go ahead and get the plug and get things set up. Coin timers kind of worked out, but like you said, you know, this does kind of delay their push instead of just wiping it out and probably getting a more fortunate spawn. Is now they are going to have the height that they're going to push against, but this is on top of that 10 roof there for the Boundless, and that is a very strong power position, which Bernal doesn't have a ton of power positions, I would say, unless you're playing on the side of Chapel or that building behind us there, the Via building, I believe. But ultimately, this is the place to be if you are the Boundless. You want to be on top of that 10 roof, using those head glitches as much as possible. We're already seeing that happen as Jog is trying to put in some damage here. Mont can take the launch pad, though, out of Navy Street. RPG does connect this time. Going to continue to try to fight this thing out. We got a lot of people low on the side of the Boundless. Farside trying to kite away here a little bit. Jog going down to Tom Toast, who's been very effective with that sword heal beam now. Navy Street going to go ahead and keep his team healthy here. This is a great situation if you're the live wires, because if you can find another pick, which unfortunately is going to come out the side of Farside instead. Tom Toast looking to trade that thing out. Farside going absolutely massive there, and Mont getting the trade out finally. 1v1 situation. Live wires need to try to find this pick here, because this is huge opportunity if you actually find the wipe. However, if you're the one to wipe, that's probably going to be the map, Cody.
Man, what an unfortunate position for the live wires. I mean, I feel like they had a really, really good chance there. They were playing really well, but they kind of got trapped in this corner to the right of the camera, and they couldn't really get out. And, you know, Kai really was just doing a great job at keeping that damage in, especially on Mont, which is what holds the whole team together. And I think that was kind of the, kind of the downfall of the live wires.
Totally right, Cody. And ultimately, like you said, the Boundless now going to probably secure this cash out as the live wires are starting to make their approach here. But there is not much time remaining, nor do they have a ton of mobility to get into this. They're actually taking this time to fight Kai, which is not what you want to be doing when you have no time remaining on this cash out, Cody. And that is going to be map win to the Boundless.
Man, what a game to start it out. I know Jog and Kai are feeling good right now. I think they played incredibly, so I'm happy to see it. And I know you already responded in the comments, but yeah, not only can you not just join the Discord, you can participate right now because the queues are live. You just join in, join the queue, and then you're playing. It's that easy. So you don't even have to wait. You just literally join the Discord and you're there. You're already participating in bugs.
Yep, pugs are very easy. Like Cody said, we'll give you a quick look at it while we wait for this next game, which looks like we might even have a cash out on board here. Let's go ahead and take a look. You're going to jump into our Discord by joining the link there in the chat, and then you head to the respective queue. We've got one for final round, and we have one for cash out. You just go ahead and click join queue, and then once the lobby is full, you'll be able to get in on the action. You'll be moved automatically into a queue like this. Like I said, we have a cash out pretty much on the way here, queue number 110. And then once your team actually votes, this is pretty much what it looks like here. You're going to vote on team captains or how the teams are made and things like that. You'll be assigned a map, and then you'll all break out into your individual team voice channels. It's done automatically for you, so you can go ahead and get in on the action. Join the lobby, and then you're ready to run it. And like I said, we got a lot of people in the queue tonight, so we're not going to be able to watch every single game at all the times, but we're going to keep it going for the full 2 hours that we normally run these pugs. And if we don't catch one of your games for some reason this week, just know that we run these every single Tuesday. So do not hesitate. Get in on the action. This is the place to be if you like the finals on a Tuesday night, Cody.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say there's any other place on a Tuesday night that you can play pugs. There's definitely some other places on different days, but this is the only place you can play on a Tuesday.
Right. That is true. Yeah. And speaking of places to play pugs, in case you missed the announcement earlier, a big shout out to the Code Breakers crew. They are going to be spinning up their pugs on Thursday nights starting at 8 p.m. So same time as ours, except on a different day. So you've got more coverage throughout the week. That will be live streamed on their Twitch as well, getting in on the action. Great people over there. Shout out Giovanni and also Router for running that up. We're very excited to continue to get that going. So I do see apparently Cody's mic is super quiet. Let me see if I can go ahead and adjust that. Good comms. Thank you very much. If you're on the production side of things, speaking of which, oh yeah, I did have you turned down. My fault. That's because we were playing Deadlock. 1 second here. All right, we should be good now. Sorry, if you are looking to get involved in production, if you've ever watched the finals and been like, I want to learn how to observe, or I want to learn how to cast, or things like that, join the Discord, submit us a support ticket. We are using this as a training ground, not just for ourselves, but for other people to be able to get in on the action as well. If you're looking to become part of the talent pool for this game, we would love to have you. If you're brand new, never casted before, we'll get you with one of us or somebody experienced that you're not completely thrown to the wolves, you know? And again, if you want to observe as well, we would love to work with you to get you set up on that and give you the chance to get your hands on the sticks or mouse and key to operate our cameras in game. Cody does it all currently. I don't know how he does it, but he does it all. He casts and observes at the same time. So the guy's kind of the GOAT. I just sit here and yap. So, yeah.
Couldn't have said it better myself, but we're still waiting for the team captains. I can tell you about our captains currently. We do have multiple ways to play pugs. You can have randomized teams. You can have team captains, and you can do a draft. And there's currently doing that right now in a cash out lobby. So our team 1 captain is Mr. Tom Toast. Team 2 captain is Colin. Team 3 captain is Captain. And team 4 captain is Utopian. So I am excited to see who's picking what. It looks like we got 2 picks. So team 1 is going to be Tom Toast and Tactical Turtle. Team 2 is going to be Colin and Navy Street. Team 3 is going to be Justin and Drewings. And Team 4 is going to be Utopian and Cortisol. So, certainly interesting.
Yeah, some good lobbies in here. Utopia and Cortisol paired together is going to be a scary combo. I like to see Tactical Turtle in here as well. That guy has been grinding out this season in ranked and has been showing. So, there we go. What is the timeline? It's 1 a.m. for me right now. I'm wondering if I'll be able to watch a game. We will be getting into a game here very, very shortly as soon as this draft is done. People are already filling into the lobby, so do not worry. We will get right into the action here in just a moment. And then from there, we should have back-to-back lobbies, so it should be a good time. But thank you for tuning in, even though it's late night for you, I know. We are running on a little bit of a delay as well, just to let everybody know. So we are taking a look at chat when we can, but we are running on a 20-second delay to keep things fair for the players, so they're not just watching the stream and figuring out where people are, especially in final round. But I think we're waiting on about 4 more players or something. Yeah, so.
Yes, sir, you are correct. 4 more players.
How do I join? Join the Discord. Here you go. Here is the link. Once again, you go ahead and scroll down to the bottom, and there are a bunch of queues for what you can play. There's final round and also cash out. We're currently waiting on a cash out to be built right now, and then we'll get right into the action. So if you want to get into it, join the Discord. Keep in mind, it is accessible to everybody, but if you want to be pinged to know when pugs are running and such, make sure you grab that LFG tag. But again, you will be pinged. That includes for people who are looking for group in general. So if you're not into pings and don't want to be pinged to Discord, make sure you don't grab that role. But we do run these every single Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until 10. This has been a weekly series. We're on like week 5 or 6 now, I think, in a row at this point, Cody, which is kind of insane.
Yeah, we've been kind of on a little bit of a wave up, but it's these.
Bless you.
All right, we're good.
He's bringing back the dab in 2026, apparently.
Oh, man, that was in my bones.
Yeah?
Yeah, I felt that in my bones. Oh.
Nice.
All right,
what
I gotta
map
figure
did we
out.
wind up getting?
We are still voting, I think.
We are going to be playing
Never mind.
Bernal Suspended Structures, it looks like.
Okay, so Captain, there we go. 60 hertz is who? Oops. All right, there we go. Conditions, sunny, none.
Yeah, we are just waiting on 2 other people because we don't know who they are. Their name in-game does not match up with their name in Discord, so give us a moment, and then we will get right into the action. Again, it's going to be Bernal Suspended Structures. Cody, for final round, we don't run any variants, at least in our map pool currently for pugs, but for cash out, that's different. We have pretty much everything except for Kyoto. Kyoto is not in the map pool. I spared everybody. You're welcome. But I did add in everything else, so.
Right.
Suspended
Looks
Structures.
like everybody's in their spots. Yeah, Suspended Structures is going to be fun. I am getting 2 readies. I'm going to say we're ready.
All right,
Yeah.
let's give it a run.
Perfect. Everyone's ready.
All right.
Well, Sam, I have a question for you. We know what Utopian plays. Do you think he's going to succeed on Suspended Structures for Bernal?
Running Cloak and Dagger, which seems to be his specialty here in pugs, is going to be a challenge, to say the least. And I transitioned too early. Dang it. Oh, it's okay. Cloak and Dagger, Suspended Structures, Bernal. Probably the least, I guess the least wanted map for that loadout. So I actually don't know if he's going to stay on that or not. It's going to be a challenge because you have.
It looks like he's on heavy. Maybe he's running Sledge.
Okay, I could see that. Sledge on this map, I could see working as well.
There's a lot of heavies in this game.
There are a lot of heavies in this game, including a triple heavy loadout on the side of the live wires, which is going to be Navy Street, Router, and Bingus. Definitely going to be an interesting one there to get into it. I'm being told as well by Giovanni in chat to keep an eye on Router in 60 hertz. Those guys are something else. So this is going to be an interesting one.
We'll go right over to him.
Yeah, we'll just get right into the action here. Again, shout out the Code Breakers crew for joining up. I mean, Pugs is popping tonight. We got a lot of people in the queue. This is different. Normally we have a good turnout, but this is something else. So we are very excited to have you all here. We hope you enjoy the games and are having a great Tuesday evening. And make sure you go check them out on Thursday, 8 p.m. Get in on their Pugs action as well. I might even show up and play a game or two. Who knows? But We're going to get things underway here. Livewire is going to look to be facing off against the big splash, it looks like, for our first set of rotations. Router going to go ahead and reposition here onto nice high ground with that ARN. Seeing a lot of usage out of that today. Not really too much of a surprise. It is a complete beamer of a gun. But to keep you updated on the other side of the map, Cortisol and Farside finding 2 picks quickly onto the Boundless. At least 60 hertz, the last one remaining over on that side of the map. But we're going to keep things over here now as Router starting to exchange some damage out onto 44 turnips here. He's going to go ahead and return that, bring him down to critical HP. Finds the blueberry, going to go ahead and get the heal up and going to kite away here, Cody.
Yeah, already things are starting to kind of get a little crazy. Navy Street running the BFR and honestly just getting sturdy, trying to push Druings here, but gets picked by 44 turnips. It's just Rauder pushing in heavy. That dome shield protecting him from a lot of damage, and unfortunately, 44 turnips gets another pick onto Rauder. And if I'm crazy, let me check. No, I almost thought he got a 3-piece. I almost did. I really did, but it was just 2.
Yeah, 44 turnips putting absolute damage in with that LH1. The Shack also on the side of Druings putting in a ton of damage as well. And this is going to be Vault 1 going in possession of the big splash. To keep you updated on what's happening on the other side of the map, though, Kingfish have plugged their box into Cash Out B. Looks like it's going to be on top of the Izzle sponsor box. And we see the Boundless already hopping up into the fray there and getting into the action. We're going to actually jump over there now and see how this fight works out here. As Tactical Turtle is already taking a positional advantage. Going to kind of drop in here. He's looking for a defib, but looks like onto Tom Toast is going to find the trophy there. The paddles will connect. They're going to go ahead and start their re-attack here onto the inside. And nice. No, it's not going to be enough. He's not going to be able to crawl in there. He's going to have to take the zip line. Find another way up there, fella. Meanwhile, the Kingfish still holding height here. Great positioning overall. Cortisol rocking that pike. I saw a clip of him that he posted in our Discord earlier, by the way, using Iron Sight's pike. Glad to see that's not the case here, because that is just devious work. But gonna go ahead and take out the entire suspended structure there using a breach drill of all things. Can't say I've seen that usage before. Meanwhile, Utopian getting sturdy in there, but is going down as he does go down to 60 hertz. It leaves it in a 2v3 situation. But Tactical Turtle down at critical HP, basically a whisper away from death. The melee elbows coming in out of the Cortisol onto Tactical Turtle. Now a 2v2 situation here as 60 hertz is about half health. Tom Toast gonna look to clean up Cortisol there. 2v1 now. Far side, last one remaining on the side of the Kingfish. Meanwhile, Tom Toast is going to go ahead and hit this res on the Tactical Turtle, Cody.
Yeah, it's just Farside, and man, he is coming in hot, getting not 1, but 2 picks, and now the steal's coming in. It's Farside versus Tactical Turtle. He needs to interrupt it. He lines up the shot. He gets him off it. He's super low. But hold on, damage is coming in as well, but it's not enough. Farside getting not 1, not 2, but 3 picks, and down goes Kingfish, Sam.
Far side going crazy there. I tried to get the clip of all 3, but it was unfortunately just a little too long. But he finds the 2 there, finds the headshot. I can't believe that didn't kill Tactical Turtle. He is on the medium, so I guess that does keep him alive there. But the nice hip fire to clean that up. And that's going to be box 1 going to the side of the Kingfish.
Yep, and speaking of sides, we're going to the other side of the map and jumping in with the live wires because there is a box currently going out, and the big splash not looking too great here because it is just Captain holding it out for the rest of the team. He is on heavy though. There's a gateway on there. It looks like he's grabbing a body to maybe get a res here, but there's not a ton of time. I was worried it was going to start rolling. The glitches are coming in too. They must know he's there. There's still not really a lot of time here. I don't even know if they have time to go for a steal. I don't think so. So I think he's just going to get his team up, maybe go for another fight later. Certainly an interesting approach, but I do want to talk about the money pools right now, Sam. Can you break that down?
Yeah, so we've got Kingfish sitting pretty at 16.5k. Everybody is kind of within contention. Boundless gonna need to find some kills here. We are playing, I believe, with the range rule set as well. So remember, if a team wipes, they're gonna lose 15% of their cash. And as a reminder, or if it's your first time watching our pugs, in order to book a win on our leaderboards for cash out, your team needs to come in first. That is a limitation of the bot that we use. Shout out MeetQ. If you're ever looking to run pugs yourself, highly recommend the bot. Definitely let us know if you need help. But it does make it where you have to come in first in order to book a win. And speaking of booking a win here, we just saw Navy Street go huge, getting 2 picks on the 44 turnips and also Captain. But Druings with that RPG finding the trade out onto Navy Street. 2v1 situation as Druings is going to look to hopefully equalize the fight and get maybe a res out here. Meanwhile, Router and Bingus Router, nice beams there with the ARN. Bing is going to go down. It looks like to a barrel, I believe. And now Router is stuck kiting for their life. And unfortunately, Cortisol all the way from Chapel's going to find the kill onto him. That's going to be a wipe onto the Livewires. That is a big opportunity, honestly, for everybody else in the lobby, as now the Livewires are going to be missing 15% of their cash, Cody. That's going to drop them a lot closer for the bottom three. Meanwhile, Kingfish getting the wipe there. That's extra bonus cash as well. And Cortisol maybe finding one more. No, he's not going to find the last pick onto Druings. That's just extra money there. Meanwhile, they continue to hold this cash out, Cody, as the Boundless looking to make their approach.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if the Kingfish notices, but they're going to notice soon because the goo is coming in. They're making a cocoon. And weirdly enough, the light's going for the steal, not the heavy. I don't know if I would personally agree with that. The goo falls, though, still doesn't interrupt it, and they're able to get the steal. And I think the Kingfish are very angry, Sam. Shots are starting to come out from back, forth, above, below, everywhere and anywhere. And I'm wondering what's going to happen next because the jump pad is coming in, but also Purple's here. The big splash are coming in as well. This is a third party of a lifetime, and I mean, it is not too that important. We're only playing for 12K, guys. What are we doing?
Yeah, I think this is actually a pretty smart play if you're the big splash here, you know, and also the Livewire's getting active. It looks like everybody in the lobby actually might be here. This is a good play if you're all these teams because you know that these cash outs are so staggered. I mean, look, the other vault hasn't even been tapped yet. It makes sense to go ahead and fight this because guess what? If you were to plug the other one, you're going to be right back in this situation anyways, as we've seen plenty of times here. Boundless, though, going to go ahead and get wiped there. Utopia finding the res onto Cortisol. Captain getting a pick onto Bingus. Druids looking to make some sort of damage happen here. There's one remaining on the side of the Livewires. It's just going to be Router now who needs to defend this box, but no, time is going to be on their side as the Livewires are going to go ahead and cash that out. Now ahead, but only by 2.2K. This is big if you're the Livewires. Router just needs to stay alive here because a wipe would be detrimental to their money pool and their wallets, but looking like that's going to continue to be the case here. Meanwhile, 44 Turnips going to go ahead and get a res here, but no, Router does go down to the side of the big splash. That's going to be Druings there finding that clutch kill, and that's going to bring the Livewires back into second place now as the Kingfish continue to hold their lead. 22.5K to their name. Again, only 2.5K remaining. Utopian, though, going to go down to Captain now. It is an all-out brawl between the Big Splash and the Kingfish. Big Splash making absolutely massive plays here. They can find another wipe as one is remaining on the side of the Kingfish. It's just going to be Cortisol now who needs to clutch this thing out. It looks like, though, he popped a coin that's going to spawn him away. And finally, Cody, we can take a little bit of a breath.
Well, that was definitely the fight of all time. I mean, and I don't even mean that in a mean way. I just mean that was crazy. Like, I don't even know what to say. And Cortisol here is kind of in an interesting position. He's going to get some great shots onto Tom Toast.
Oh, nice.
Utopian now spawning in as well. He's going to throw over to Utopian. The perfect spawn. The question is, can he get out? The breach drill coming in. Great use of flash. Can't say I would expect him to be using the breach drill. Is that what's good here in the big 2-6? Am I sleeping on something?
I don't know. Cortisol, I've always known to be running off meta things like this. I mean, we're running Pike in the big 2-6. Like I said, I saw a clip earlier of him running Iron Sights Pike of all things as well, which is just heinous to say the least, but it is working out for them as the Kingfish continue to extend their lead here. No, they actually didn't get the plug, Cody. Router somehow, I think, got in there and got that plug. That was insanity. What? Navy Street's gonna take himself out there with the RPG. Livewires, one remaining. It's just Router now who just made that clutch play. Actually, boxes got doubled, Cody, and Livewires getting the plug money on one of those. That is a big opportunity for them.
Yeah, and it looks like the Big Splash have now completely flipped it in their favor, which is huge, and the Kingfish are totally out of the conversation. I mean, this is absolutely crazy. I still don't know what happened with Router. Did he, I don't know how he grabbed it. He intercepted mid-throw. I feel like it was such a short throw. How do you intercept that? But I guess that doesn't matter because we're getting into it again. Drewing's getting a great pick onto Tactical Turtle. Now he wants more. He's feasting for more. He wants more kills, but unfortunately he's not able to find the next pick here, and the Big Splash are in a good position. They have all three up. The Boundless below them, and it looks like the Livewires are above them, which might be interesting. I'm wondering if they're going to have a C4 on box. They might be able to make some sort of play here if a steal comes in, but I'm not too sure. I feel like this is the exact thing you want to do, right, Sam? You want to just kind of hang out, play your life, don't get too involved, and just make sure the box doesn't get stolen. Let everybody else do all the fighting for you, no?
Absolutely, yeah. Let the Big Splash are playing this perfectly. Let the lobby do your work. What is happening to this cash out? I saw C4 detonate on it in the air. Steal a tip now coming in out of Navy Street on the Livewires. This is big. Can he actually make it connect? I don't think he did. 44 turnips coming in clutch there to flip that around. Navy Street unfortunately going to wipe and has no more coins remaining. This is not a good situation as things are crashing down for the live wires. The big splash making a huge splash here as 44 turnips was able to actually find that pick, which is going to keep their box in their possession. Cody, Charge It Slay finally out of Druids to take out Cortisol, and that is going to be map win, Cody, for the big splash.
Man, what a game. I mean, I don't even know what I saw half the time because it just doesn't make sense. My brain's in mush. Damn, I really don't know what to say.
That was insanity. I got to remember, Bernal suspended structures, our first cash out. I got to go back and clip Router getting that intercept. That was genuinely insane. I think it was exactly what you said. He saw that they were looking to plug it. Utopian went for, throwing it in. He came in and just literally snagged it out of the air and put it in. That was insane.
Yeah, I don't know how you pull it
insane
off.
Play.
Speaking of insane, though, Farside with 11 eliminations, almost 7k damage. Cortisol with 6. Almost 5k damage. Both of those two were kind of playing crazy, but let's talk about the big splash, which is the team that won. 10 assists over from Druings. I mean, that guy was involved in every single fight ever. I don't know how he's doing it, especially on heavy on a map like Bernal. There's not a ton of ways to get around. Man, he made it happen. And Captain really being the MVP of this team. 9 eliminations. Whew, I mean, Turnip as well. I mean, dude, the Gunu squad's kind of crazy.
Yep. Gunyu Squad, I think, taking a page out of EK's book. I'm pretty sure that's his club. I think he's the owner. It would make sense, being the good gun expert that he is and all. Yeah, absolutely insane plays. You called it out earlier, Cody. The macro there at the end was insane for them to just sit back and underneath that cash out and let all the other teams do the work for them, and it worked out. I mean, 44 turnips coming in so clutch right there at the end to disrupt the steal out of Navy Street. I thought Navy had it. I'm just being honest. I thought it was done. I thought he had been on there for plenty of time. I don't know if he actually looked away at one point, just briefly enough to stop the cash out steal. Also, so the UI didn't tell us who was actually stealing, which is, I guess, a new bug. But it was pretty insane. I mean, that game was genuine cinema, which I feel like gets thrown around a lot these days, but that game had some insane plays. If you're not already, make sure you're following us on X, the everything app, because that's a bit around here. But make sure you're following us over there, because there's gonna be a lot of clips probably from that game making its way onto the timeline this week. Yeah, insane one out of nonetheless. And Cody, I think we maybe even have another cash out ready to roll, it looks like.
Oh, I think you're absolutely right. I'm going to get these people in their place. And why don't you talk about what you would like to see today? What are you looking for?
Well, I know last week, unfortunately, we did not see the dojo show up. That is my one thing. And, I love my boys over there. I love them showing that way Foul lives. And I'm hoping, I know that they work in that J sensor B. But I'm hoping that they can show up today and cause some chaos in the arena, because I mean, these games are already insane. I mean, that cash out was genuinely one of the most fun that I've probably watched in a very long time. Knowing them in the arena would be insane. But we've got a lot of people here, a lot of new names. I'm seeing people like Modified Genetics, Mont, which we've seen already tonight, but I don't think I've seen Mont maybe in a game, maybe I have. Ninja Fart, Toasted Buns 09. There are a ton of people in here that I'm excited to see perform for the first time and seeing how it goes. So, yeah. You are absolutely right. I think there's some pretty interesting people joining these pugs, and I want to say we almost have 2 whole cash outs going, which is kind of crazy. Yeah. We only need 3 more people for that second cash out queue. So just saying, if you're watching and you want to get into a game, we only need 3 more individuals, and then we'll have 2 cash out games going simultaneously. It's a lot of people. Yep. It looks like Gladius is going to be team 1, just because I'm reading the chat for you as well. And then Modified Gen X will be our last filler. And then we're ready to get things underway. Like I said, we are not gonna waste any time here. We know that there was a little bit of holdup coming into that previous game, but things are underway now. Queues are rocking and rolling. Shout out Jabani again from Codebreakers. I see him in the chat just now, say he's gonna grab the other 3. I mean, we are cooking it up, ladies and gentlemen, here in the virtual arena. And again, if you want to play, join our Discord. We host this every single Tuesday night starting at 8 p.m. we're going to get some other people here on the casting desk very, very soon as well. We had some guests and there was a lot going on, but yeah, just join in. Open to everybody. This is a very wide range of ranks here as well in our pugs. We tend to keep things casual around here at TFC. We've got a range of probably people from silver all the way up to diamond, if not even a ruby player every once in a while showing their face. And you know what? That's the great thing. This is something that I've actually talked about with other players as well who played in these events. You know, normally you get a ruby player and you get a little scared, right? Like I would be. I'd be like, oh gosh, I'm gonna get rolled. But what's cool is you actually get to play with these people that you normally wouldn't matchmake with. And they're teaching you along the way. You come out a better player being able to play with them or against them. And then you have, I mean, conversations with them. There's a whole waiting room that you get to chat with everybody. And yeah, it's just a great experience overall if you're looking to step your game up, keep the sticks or the mouse and keyboard warm during the down season that we are in within Finals Esports, which I hear is probably shaking up very, very soon. Also, Shadow Codebreakers, that is also who runs Heist Games, and I think they're going to be getting things running here very soon again, it sounds like, Cody.
Yeah, it is genuinely crazy. I think things are starting to spin back up, and I'm personally excited for it. And I know you already, I think you already responded to it, but someone said, can people just join? Yes, you can literally just join. You just join the Discord, jump into the queue, and then you're playing and you're getting your game casted, and you're playing with all these wonderful people, and you're learning, and you're having a good time. And there's no stakes whatsoever, except maybe there is, because if you can get high enough on the leaderboard, there might be some goodies for you at the end of the quarter we have. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, okay.
We're going to win a game.
I'm hearing you. Cody, I yapped a lot last game. How about you start things off today?
All right, no worries. Anyways, jumping on with the Boundless, we do have I Like Men, which he did say I was forced to say live on stream, so I'm going to just say it again. I Like Men going in really well here, you know, running that KS23, which you do see occasionally, but not as much as I'd really like to. And interestingly enough, we're seeing smokes and a gateway coming in, and I'm wondering if the Kingfish even noticed already going into this fight down one. Tomto's getting picked by Gladius there with the M11, and Aquabeck starting to break the zips, but does he notice the whole team is now completely collapsing onto Jog, able to get a pick onto Gladius though, nice and still a 1v2, and I Like Men is coming in hot with that KS23, a lot of damage, and Utopian with the dagger, getting a wonderful backstab there, and down goes the Kingfish. They now have control of this vault here, and they are going to start moving to the box. What a just a great play there. I mean, they completely distracted him, kept him off guard. You want to break that down a little bit, Sam?
I was going to say, I loved that play out of them. That's something that I really haven't seen before with the smokes to, you know, sneak that gateway inside the bottom of Mansion. I mean, that was the perfect opportunity to get the Boundless inside there. And like you said, you know, Utopian running Cloak and Dagger, not actually a lot of movement on hand. So going to need to use plays like that to actually close the gap, as, you know, Skyway Stadium has a lot of sight lines that can really punish him for if he gets caught out in the wrong position here. And almost getting a little close there, as I thought the cooldown was going to wear off as he drops down there. Gladius, though, going to find one onto Tom Toast. 3v2 situation. Here's Jog is already taking damage as well. Maybe looking to trade things out. Instead, going to go ahead and pop the defib there to get his teammate back up. Tom Toast now back into the fight, nice and healthy. This is a full reset out of the Kingfish. Now Gladius starting to move, though. I Like Men getting the pick onto Tom Toast. Once again, 3v2. We know the paddles are offline for Jog here, so now we're going to have to see how they can make things equalize. Do they get the kill or the res? And it's going to be I Like Men actually getting the kill onto Jog. Aquavex, the last one remaining on the side of the Kingfish here, and that's going to be a wipe in favor of the Boundless, Cody.
Yeah, man, what a matchup there. I mean, Gladius seems kind of crazy. This guy's kind of cracked. The way he's flicking back and forth on these people, just dashing in and out. I mean, it kind of felt like the Kingfish had no chance at all. I mean, the movement was just insanity. And already there's not too much time left on this box here. And I'm wondering what's going on the side of purple. So we're going to head over there because Toasted Buns just got picked. And they are going against the Live Wires.
Yeah, this is a cash out that is already 3/4 of the way down. A wipe onto the Live Wires will secure this for the side of the Big Splash, but we know Rez just came in on Toasted Buns. Like you said, they are grouped together here, but we are seeing Toasted Buns getting caught out as well. Modified Genetics, though, gonna go down here as Mont also down to half HP. Gonna go ahead and get a res. It looks like Killfie not telling us who actually got that res there, but it's gonna be, sorry, it's a little blurry. Ninja Fart gonna get a pick onto far side. 2v3 situation here is Cortisol now finding the pick onto Mont. Last one remaining on the side of the Live Wire is going to be Modified Genetics, and that is Cash Out 1 going to the side of the Big Splash as Cortisol gonna get the wipe onto Modified Genetics.
Yeah, and already on the side of the Boundless, they've also gotten that box as well. And we have 2 new vaults spawning in, and it really is quite the lead going on here. I mean, just from, second to third, there is a pretty crazy difference here. Sorry, I just want to make sure we weren't lagging out or anything. So I'm just sitting there. Yeah, we're good. Okay, I was a little nervous. I was like, do I need to pause? But no, we're all good. It looks like Orange is starting to make a move here onto Vault. And they are being held out here by the Big Splash. This is definitely not a great spot here, Sam.
This is not. Boundless, though, we saw some magic happen out of Utopian earlier with that smoke grenade and gateways. Curious to see what they can make happen here. Luckily, Cash Out C did spawn to the right of them. They're not going to have to push that high ground into Hotel, which I initially thought they were maybe going to have to. He's going to find the backstab there onto Cortisol, though. And already, Toasted Buns down in critical HP as well. Going to try to kite away here as Utopian's going to look for the kill. Does find that. That's a face stab out of him. Ninja Fart, last one remaining on the side of the Big Splash as the Boundless going to continue to extend their league as they've now plugged this Cash Out. Sorry, onto Cash Out C. And Ninja Fart going to go ahead and wipe that one out, Cody.
Yeah, kind of a tough position here, but this is really great for the other teams because now there's a little bit less of a lead that they have to try to close on the side of the Big Splash, but they do need to try to stop the Boundless because, man, if they get this cash box, they're going to be they're going to be like a huge lead. It's going to be almost impossible. And like you said, in Pugs, right, you got to get first place to get points, so you really don't want to let anyone have too big of a lead. And I mean, that is kind of why we see a lot of doubling, which I enjoy personally. But already it looks like a team is starting to come in, and it seems to be the Big Splash once more. They want a rematch, Sam.
Yeah, this is going to be a reattempt out of the Big Splash onto the Boundless. Boundless looking pretty unstoppable so far. They really need to go and seek out Utopian, but not let him get the knife into the back there. Gladius holding this crane position is going to get pressured by the heavy. That's going to be Cortisol there. And Gladius finding some nice headshots there to wipe out Cortisol. Now a 3v2 situation. That's the heavy out of the picture for the side of the Big Splash. Not a situation you want to be here as Ninja Fart's taking a bunch of damage, but Toasted Bun's going to trade that one out onto Gladius to even things out. 2v2 situation. Ninja Fart, though, in critical condition as the Boundless's cash out timer continues to dwindle away here, Cody.
Yep, already it's going to be pretty interesting because they're going in down 1, right? The Boundless now have just gotten the res. The Pyromine going off onto Toasted Buns, keeping him low, keeping him out of the fight even more. And there's not a lot of time left. But hold on, I've been able to get an insane RPG onto Toasted Buns, but Cortisol was able to get, I mean, paddled is what we're using, I guess, onto Cortisol, and definitely still not a great position, but hold on, they're able to get a res onto Toasted Buns as well, but I don't think there's any time. They say, you know what, we'll let you have this one, but we'll come back around next time, and I don't know if there's going to be enough time for it next time, Sam.
Totally right, Cody. And again, Boundless now securing 2 cash outs. They're going to put them at 34,000. This is a great position to be in, as if the Livewire secure this cash out, that's only 19K. There's definitely some catching up that needs to get done here. Farside going to look to even it out and get some kills here as he finds that pick onto Toasted Bun. Some nice headshots there with that ARN. Going to continue to look and fight this. If they can get a wipe onto the Big Splash, that's a lot of extra money, actually, that could work out in their favor as they look to go ahead and grab these 18K boxes as well. Mont finding a pick onto Cortisol, I believe, as well. Ninja Fart, the last one remaining on the side of the Big Splash here. The Livewire is going to go ahead and secure this cash out. And like we saw just a second ago, Kingfish, if we look at our UI there, Jog already moving that vault, looking to get things underway, and nobody's really rotating over there just yet. In fact, everybody's starting to look for cash out 6. As a reminder, you must come in first place to book a win here. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a double, especially if you're the Kingfish. That's what they need. They need to rotate across the map here and try to get control of Vault 6.
No way.
Nobody
I was about to say, I'm like, no way they don't see him. Sorry, I had to bring that up. I was like, there's no way they don't see him.
Yeah. Cortisol finally pick on the top Toast as Toasted Buns gonna find one on to Jog. Aquavex, last one remaining on the Kingfish, gonna go down to Toasted Buns here as the Big Splash gonna look to go ahead and flip this thing around, but Gladius and the Boundless are already here as they found one. Toasted Buns, the last one remaining, not the last one remaining, sorry, but 1 HP on the side of the Big Splash, gonna go ahead and go down there to the gun of Gladius, who has been absolutely frying this match. Utopian finding the backstab onto Cortisol, Cody, to wipe out the Big Splash. Yeah,
That was an insane fight, and I guess I'm really surprised They are stealing, which makes sense. But on the other side of the map, they've plugged it. They've split the boxes here, and the Boundless have control of it. And this is essentially giving them a free win, so they need to do something. And already, I mean, the Kingfisher's trying to intercept this. Jog getting a pick onto Utopian, which is great, but it's still not that big of a deal because there's not even enough for them to win.
Pretty much, if you are the live wires, you are essentially holding on and praying that the Kingfish or the Big Splash can wipe the Boundless and get a flip here, but it looks like that's not going to be the case, as I Like Men breaks it down with the absolutely most cursed outfit I think I have ever seen in my life in the finals. Cody, I'm not seeing very many people here on the X-Ray. I don't think the Boundless are going to have much contention, and I think that means map win going over to them.
I do think so, but just for fun, we're going to see what the Big Splash are up to on the other side of the map, and it looks like a steal did try to come out from the side of Cortisol, and he's going to go for it again, but I don't know if it's going to be interrupted, and it looks like it was, because Gladius is here? Hold on, what? The Boundless that have a cash box on the other side of the map are also here too? They are involved in everything, and the steal is coming in from Ninja Part. No one's able to interrupt it, but yeah, they were. Farsight getting a pick. The Big Splash are completely out of the conversation, and Gladius is still here, just absolutely tearing through the entirety of the lobby, trying to get a pick onto Farsight. It looks like he's able to. Down goes Farsight. Gladius picks not the Big Splash, but also the live wires. It's just Mont holding it out, and now the Kingfisher getting involved as well. Top Toes going for the steal. Is there anybody that Gladius can't kill? I don't think so. He's looking. He throws down the Vanish Bomb. He's invisible. He's trying to stay alive, but he's also trying to stay aware. It looks like he might have a pick on somebody here. He sees him through the smoke because the sonar goes through. Jog trying to get the paddles, able to get it, trying to get a pick. He is able to get Jog as well. Gladius getting another. Hold on, no! He does go down. Utopian getting a backstab onto Mont, but it doesn't matter because the Boundless take this one home with a landslide, Sam.
Yeah, Gladius going absolutely huge here. They knew that they were winning that game. They probably had somebody anchoring on the other side for the Boundless as well, so not worry about cash deduction here, and just absolutely frying. I couldn't even clip this for long enough in order to catch all that.
They literally just they had Gladius on the leash and then took him off and said, "Go run, boy."
Yeah,
go get him.
Go get him. He did with 8,400 combat score and 13 limbs is pretty good. I'd say. Some would say he was shooting. And if we look at the damage disparity here in the lobby, I think that continues to be the case, Cody.
Yeah, I mean, especially the Kingfish really struggled to find a footing that match. Aquavex especially, a whopping 10 deaths. I mean, man, gotta give that guy a break. But I mean, it is just crazy, Gladius. I really do want to talk about the absolute just domination that was on the side of the Boundless. I mean, 13 eliminations, 10 assists. Not only was he getting kills, he was giving them to others. I mean, what can this guy not do?
It seems like that M11 touched every single person in the lobby during every single fight. I mean, he was constantly like in the kill feed or at least doing a ton of damage. I mean, you kept the camera on him, I think, for a solid 45 seconds, and I don't think the gun stopped firing.
You had to keep it on him, man. That guy was the center of the match.
Yeah, putting in a ton of damage. But that is going to be a map win going to the side of the Boundless. That's going to be another one onto our split leaderboard. Now, how do the splits work? Cody mentioned this earlier. We are running 2-month splits here on PUG. So that's just to keep the leaderboard refreshed. So we refresh the leaderboard right on the 1st of March. And we'll do it again right at the end of April, or I guess the first day of May. So if you want to get yourself on the top of that leaderboard, make sure you're playing on Tuesday nights, and every win that you get puts you one step closer. We are measuring things in terms of wins, Cody. So while we wait for our next game to get up and running, why don't we go ahead and actually take a look at our leaderboard just real quick here. Taking a look at the final round PUG's leaderboard, we do have Jog currently in the lead with 5, Dakad with 4, and Kai with 3. He's currently doing great. Jog actually one of our reigning champions, I think, for final round last split, Cody, if I'm not mistaken, and currently still sitting on top with only one more win over Dakad, and we have a lot of people tied for 4th place. I mean, more than what's on the page currently. Taking a look, though, over on the cash out side of things here, we've got Utopian still reigning supreme with 4 wins currently. Skizzo with 3, and Navy Street also with 3. So there's a tie for 2nd place currently. Hall as
I just want to interrupt you. I'm
2.
so sorry, real quick. We need one more person for a 2nd cash out PUG. So you want to keep people in the waiting room sitting there? We just need one more guy. Join in there, and then those guys can play a match too.
Well,
keep waiting.
Maybe we go ahead and shout out that Ikazo and also Medium are both in our chat and saying Goonyu currently, or Gooinyu, sorry, looking to maybe get in on the action. So we need one more. Go ahead and get in there. I see a naughty name in that Discord. Yeah, unfortunately we can't control that, so that's how it goes. But yeah, these are ran on Tuesday nights. Again, if you are new around here and have not taken part in a TFC Pug Night, we run these every single Tuesday night from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They are free to join. All you gotta do is get involved in the Discord and then head down to the bottom and join the queues. There's a link for you in case you need a fresh one to get in on the action. The Gooinyu clan put on a showing in our first cash out of the night. That was 44 turnips and crew, absolutely turning up there at the end with a nice macro play on Bernal's suspended structures, able to hold on as 44 turnips found the final pick on to Navy Street to clutch that thing out. It was an insane fight all around. We also had people from Code Breakers going huge, like Router, for example. He had a nice intercept on an inbound cash box, or vault, sorry, going into the cash out station. It was genuinely insane. Expect to see a lot of clips from that on X this week. We'll be going back and clipping that game for sure. And our last game on Skyway was quite a good game as well, with Utopian and crew. A nice smoke gateway play that we saw earlier. And then we saw Gladius just going absolutely insane, murking, I mean, just about everybody in the lobby. So if you want to get in on the action, again, join the Discord, join the queue, free to go at any time. No team required, available for everybody of all skill levels. If you're interested in production, whether that's casting or observing as well, join our Discord, submit us a support ticket. This is also meant to be a pugs for casters like ourselves, or for you if you're interested. So whether you're brand new and never casted before, go ahead and join up. We'll get you with somebody who's been experienced before. If you're into observing and want to get your hands on the sticks, whether you play controller or mouse and key to operate a camera in the game, we'd love to have you as well, and we can get you set up with our stream. It's very easy. Cody, I think we've got another cash out about to be ready to go here. Can you kind of break down what's going on for us a little bit? I see you're moving people around.
I'm just moving people around.
Okay.
You'll have to give me a moment.
You're good. You're good. I'll go ahead and do it then. So we've gone with team captains again. There are different ways to actually select your team in pugs, including randoms or captains, and they have gone with captains here. On team 1, we're gonna have Colin. On team 2, we have Router. On team 3, we have a message or a massage. I think it's message though. And on team 4, we've got player. Colin has gone ahead and picked up Navy Street and Vicky Villix. Team 2, which is Router, has picked up Jog and Tactical Turtle. That is going to be a good squad. Team 3, a message, Cosmo, and Drewings. And then team 4, we have player, turnup, and captain. This is going to be a frag out, Cody.
Yep, it is going to be interesting. Very excited. I think we're just missing one more gamer and then we can get it going. And we also, I think, only need one more gamer in the pugs queue, and then we can have a second cash out going, which is going to be exciting. But yeah, overall, I think we just got our last person in. I need to check what map. I think we're still voting. It just ended. Let's see. What map did we get? I'm waiting. I'm looking. I'm going to assume.
I think it's No, it's Soul Under
I
Construction.
think it's Soul Under Construction, right?
They're tied, at least from what I'm seeing. So we'll see what the bot decides here in a second.
It's really thinking.
It is really thinking. I don't know. Nope, there we go. Okay, Soul Under Construction it is. So we said there was going to be a frag out this game. That is definitely going to be the case, because as we all know, Under Construction is just nothing but chaos the entire cash out game. So this is going to be a good one, Cody. What are you hoping to see coming into this game?
You know, I am looking to see. I want to see some more RPG action. I feel like I never see a lot of heavies just getting sturdy, man. I feel like it is always just they're always running something goofy. I just want to see a nice, clean RPG. Can I get that? Can I get someone setting up a pad?
Arena's changed.
And then
Arena's changed.
What's that?
The map changed when you changed mode.
Oh, gotcha. I gotcha. You threw me off.
I know, okay, but you're about to click start. So
all right, perfect. All right, perfect. We're done. All
right, let's get it going.
But yeah, I want to see a nice, clean RPG. I want to see the drive set up. I want to see the pad placed. You know, I want to see a nice, clean RPG. That's all I want.
That's it. Just big RPG.
I just want a big, RPG. That's all.
Yep. Well, while we're waiting for the server to start up here, the dog has now entered the room. He was barking in the living room. I think he's just excited for Soul Under Construction. That's his voted favorite map.
I would be excited too.
He's just getting ready to jump up on the chair here. He's keeping things sturdy over here, I guess. I don't know what his problem is, but bro's just hanging out. So, oh man, Pug Night. What a time to be alive, am I right?
Yeah, it is a time to be alive, and I'm trying to figure out. There we go. Hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to do something real quick.
I'm holding.
Okay.
I'm waiting.
Okay. There we go. All right, cool. Anyways, jumping in with the boundless, we do see a light, we see a medium, we see a heavy, we see the usual, right? But I do see someone I haven't seen in a while, and that's Vicky Felix, which if you've been around in the TFC community, was quite involved until they had to go to college, and the internet's bad there. So they haven't played the finals in a long time, so I'm excited to see what happens. I'm also excited to see Druings. Big fan of, I know they do art. That's cool. So I'm happy to be here. There's some cool people in here.
Yeah, this is a great lobby. Again, shout out to a couple people as we get things underway. First of all, shout out to the Karud clan. Much appreciated you guys always bringing people into pugs every single week. Shout out to Codebreakers as well, bringing in a total, just absolute crew of people. And also shout out to the Goo and You clan for bringing people as well. It's been a great showing. It's been a very fun Pugs night, and we're excited to keep things going here as Vicky going to use that sledgehammer to go ahead and drop the vault into the possession of the Boundless. Vault 1 not been tapped yet on the other side of the map just yet, but we're going to be staying here as the Boundless are going to get into it with the Kingfish here to determine who gets control of this first cash out party.
Yep, already starting to be quite explosive. Speaking of explosive, Vicky Felix hitting an RPG onto himself, which is certainly unfortunate. Navy Street in a good position here, though, trying to get some damage onto the Kingfish, and it's not looking great here. Vegas also kind of trapped it, able to get maybe... Okay, hold on, the paddles come out. It is now back to a 3v3. The Kingfish are starting to move that box. The dome comes in, and the damage comes in as well from Navy Street player. Going down here, it is a 2v2 because Vicky Felix gets picked again. It is now Navy Street and Dingus versus Captain. 44 turnovers. Down goes Dingus. Navy Street taking a ton of damage, and Captain getting not one, but 2 picks, and down goes the Boundless, Sam.
Yeah, nice damage there on the Navy Street. Had good positioning overall, but it's just the raw damage of the Kingfish able to wipe out the Boundless here, which is going to put them in a great position here, Cody, to go ahead and start our cash out.
Yeah, already starting to be a little crazy because I'm seeing a steal coming out from the live wires, and they were able to get it. Not sure what happened over there because we're hanging out with the Kingfish, and I think a team's starting to spawn in. I think it's the Boundless again, going at it for a round 2. Sam, do you think there's going to be anything different here? What do you want to see them do? How can they get the edge over the Kingfish?
Boundless just have to fight together. Kingfish did a good job there of holding space and zoning them out, especially with the double heavy. I mean, that's a lot of util and also just health bars in general that they're going to have to punch through if you're this side of the Boundless. Kingfish looking to hold high ground here. Failed gateway, unfortunately, out of the side of Navy Street to let the Boundless try to take height off of them. Kingfish now going to go ahead and continue to fight this out as Bingus is looking to close the distance with that Cerberus, but ultimately already, like I said, just kind of being zoned out. Meanwhile, the rest of the Boundless kind of off to the side. I'm not quite sure what they're doing just yet, to be fair. I think Navy Street's looking for off angle with that Arn. He was doing that in the first fight. Captain, though, going to find the first pick onto Bingus for this set of fights. 44 turnips getting the pick onto Vicky as well. That's a 1v3 situation. Now it's Navy Street. Last one remaining on the side of the Boundless. And again, he is playing this off angle on top of Hut. This is going to be a very tough position to retake. Honestly, you probably just wait for the coin here, Cody.
Yeah, the coin does make sense, but they don't have a ton of time. I mean, even the hand res here is a tough spot, right? I mean, they're going into this fight 2v3. They have the height advantage, so that's already tough there. I mean, this is just kind of a lost cause. I feel like if I'm the Boundless here, I might just GG's go next. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the cash out is under construction after all. So, cash out's always going to spawn in center map. It is actually pretty easy for the Boundless to go ahead and peel and just take that center pad and go get involved in that fight instead. But I think it's safe to say our first cash outs are going to be ending together as the Big Splash and the Kingfish are going to look to go ahead and add $8,000 to their wallets. And the Big Splash going to have barely a lead here. In fact, I think the Kingfish with 1 pick just actually tied things up. We're going to be looking at a tied game going into our second round of cash outs, Cody.
Yeah, definitely, starting to be little interesting spot here. I mean, every kill counts, especially when it's tied up like this, and getting this vault hit here is definitely essential for the mix. The question is, what's the Big Splash going to be able to do that? Because Druing's taking a lot of damage. They're already down Cosmo. I think let's go check out what's going on up there.
Yeah, 60 Hertz already finding a pick onto Tactical Turtle, and that's actually a wipe on the live wires right as we get over here. Big Splash doing a good job here. Unfortunately, the vault did spawn onto Hospital, so they're going to have to really hoof it if they're even going to attempt to go contest that one. Instead, I think they're going to go ahead and contest the Kingfish over here on the construction site. Cosmo and crew looking to get active here, trying to find some sort of information onto the Kingfish to see if they can get involved in the fight here. Kingfish also making sure that they don't show face too early. They've now been spotted. Going to go ahead and rotate over with the mesh shield of Captain. And we've already reached halftime in our match, Cody. Things are kicking up and underway. Kingfish,
great RPG.
Looking good so far.
Yeah, great RPG from Druings there. Getting a pick onto 44 turns was really low. It is now a 2v3 going into this fight, but Druings is taking a lot of damage, and Cosmo and 60 Hertz aren't really there to help. I'm not too sure what happened. Maybe they're going to be able to get a res here. I'm not too sure if 60 Hertz has the statue. It looks like they do, but a steal is coming in from Rodder, and they're able to get it. The absolute healing output coming from the live wires. I mean, what an insane play here. This is everything they want it to be, and I'm wondering, yeah, I think the Boundless are just going to get away with this one for free. Certainly a choice. I'm hearing that minigun. There's a whole lot. It doesn't want to go away.
It's still going. It's still going. Help us, please. Yeah, Boundless, I believe, have cash out on top of Hospital. I mean, that is, as we all know, a position that nobody really wants to push, and it looks like that's going to continue to be the case as everybody's going to continue to fight here on the construction site, as Router's going to find a pick onto Captain. Turnips finding the trade out onto Router. Jog finding one onto Turnips, and a res out of player coming back onto Captain. Kill feeds just exchanging over there between the live wires and the Kingfish. Cosmo, though, finding a pick onto Jog as Turtle finds one onto the Big Splash. All three of these teams seem to be trading each other out. Cody, this is a very close fight as we are already in a 2v2v2 situation here, as Cosmo is going to take that pad to try to get away here and probably get this fight back onto tempo in favor of the Big Splash. Live wires managed to get everybody rest up, as well as player gets a barrel kill onto Router, who also gets a kill with the RPG onto Cosmo. Everybody is doing damage here, but it's going to be the live wires, Cody, I believe, that are going to go ahead and take this box unless player makes a steal happen. We just saw the winch there. I think he's going to actually winch that in. Steal attempt now coming in out of player and the side of the Kingfish. Nice mesh shield usage here, and that is a flip for the Kingfish, Cody. A nice heads up play to disengage from that fight and add another 12,000 to their purse.
I mean, the Kingfish are genuinely playing incredible. They made such a heads-up play there. I'm surprised no one was able to really stop it, but they waited for the right time, and we've seen that time and time again with the Kingfish here. So I'm curious to see if anyone's going to notice that big, giant number at the top left of their screen and say, hey, we need to stop these guys.
Yeah, this is now becoming a situation. I just saw a bounce pad kill from Bingus onto his teammate Vicky Felix, by the way. I had to put that out in the kill feed. Just happy to see that real quick. Nice movement out of Turnips here with that grappling hook, and the plug is going to be successful for the Kingfish. This is a great position now, as, I mean, they're what, 21,000 ahead of the rest of the lobby. Turnips going absolutely insane with that LH1 as well. Going to go ahead and look to position themselves onto Vault 6. You really want to punt this thing away if you are the Kingfish. I don't think you're looking for a double here, but as a reminder for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, in order to book a win in TFC Pug Night 4 cash out specifically, you must come in first place. Second place gets you nothing. It's either your first or your last in the Big Splash. Going to go ahead and use that knowledge to go ahead and back up here and look for a steal opportunity here, Cody.
Yep, and no one's going to contest it, and they just need a couple kills, right? This doesn't get them too far off. I think it gets them to 37 if my quick maths are correct. So they will need to get at least 4 kills, and they need to be careful to not give any kills to the Kingfish. So that is a tough spot to be in, because already they are starting to get a lot of kills.
Yep, and at the request of other players, this did get flipped from ranked cash out back to cash out. So this is no longer minus 15% of your total money if your team gets wiped. Speaking of not giving kills to the Kingfish, the lobby is doing the opposite of that, as the live wires, Tactical Turtle and Jog, have now fed 2 over to the Kingfish. Bingus, though, finding one onto player. 44 Turnips now in critical HP, as well as Captain as well. Both need to sit here and stay alive, but again, the wipe, not really that punch. He finds the smoke barrel and all that. He was looking to snag the cash out.
Oh,
nice
no.
gateway movement, and unfortunately, it's going to go too far. That's going to go off the map, Cody. I think this winds up resetting, if I'm not mistaken, all the way back at glass. But 60 Hertz finding a nice shot onto 44 turnips in the vault. Spawned bottom office. Interesting. That's not the behavior that I feel like normally happens.
He's going to try to get involved with this. No, he's able to get the plug, which is huge for the Big Splash here. They've made an insane heads-up play because the Kingfish are down and there's only 10 seconds left. That means someone needs to go for a steal, and it looks like players trying, but it gets interrupted. The damage is coming out. There's no one left to take it home except the Big Splash, Sam.
What an insane heads-up play and series of events there out of the Big Splash to somehow grab that vault and move it over and get it plugged for a double that just works out in their favor. Cosmo, Druings, and 60 Hertz going absolutely insane there right at the end. Druings, 7-2, 4,500 combat score, Cody.
Yeah, I mean, I really didn't think they were going to be able to take it home. You know, I really felt like the Kingfish were just doing everything they needed to do. They were keeping the box held. They didn't want to get involved till the last second. But man, I mean, the Big Splash were just like, yeah, we're just going to steal it real quick. And even with the mess up, I am surprised that it stayed at office, right? That's crazy that it didn't go back to where it started. I mean, I don't know how that happened. Genuinely, I wonder if as it rolled off, it technically hit the top of, you know what I mean? Like it hit there and then it fell off. So it registered that position is there, which is, it's just insanity.
Yeah, that I genuinely don't understand because, yeah, what normally happens is unless they drop the vault somewhere, like you said, you know, if it fell bottom office or maybe they dropped it on top of construction, like that's what I was thinking it would fall back to is onto the construction site itself. But otherwise, it should reset back to its original position. But that turned out to not be the case. Instead, it positioned itself really weirdly down there at bottom office. And ultimately, yeah, another bang out of a game. I mean, who would have thought that under construction would be pretty active, huh?
Yeah, I think we all. I think.
Well, we've already got another cash out game ready to roll, I believe. We're just waiting on the lobby to be made. We've just gotten the code. We are going to be playing Fortune Stadium, it looks like. It just looks like standard. Oh, yeah, because Fortune Stadium only has standard. I forgot. There's no variations for Fortune. Yeah. So, lobby is getting made here. Let's talk about the teams real quick. On Team 1, we got Toasted Buns, Utopian, and Mont, which is going to be a pretty good team there. Team 2, Farside, Modified Gen X, and Tom Toast. Team 3, Gladius, who absolutely popped off earlier, along with Schizo and also Ninja Fart. And then Team 4, Cortisol, Jog, and Aquavex. Cody, there's a lot of heavy hitters in this game. Do you have any predictions maybe going into this one?
Man, honestly, really looking at it, I think, man, Gladius, that guy's just crazy. I mean, really is. But so is Cortisol and so is Jog, and those two on a team together, I think will even help Aquavex shine. I mean, that guy has, look, I love that guy, but he, you know, he's a flip of the coin. And I mean, I'm going to say the odds are a little bit more in his favor if you got Jog and Cortisol on the team. But Utopian, Mont, and Toasted Buns, that's where my eyes start to get drawn to. And I'm going to say I think the Boundless might take this home, unless Utopian gets a little too silly and loses the lead, which is also a likelihood.
You're telling me Utopian could get lost in the sauce and actually lose this game?
Absolutely.
You really think?
100%. Yes. 1,000 times. Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. This is definitely a coin flip of a game. Like you said, Cortisol and Jog. I mean, we saw how much Gladius popped off earlier. But I will say, like you said, Cortisol and Jog, I think, could potentially keep that at bay. It's going to be the rest of the lobby that's going to be interesting to see how they can hold their own, assuming that, you know, Gladius and Squad wind up rotating away from that team. I think those are my 2 votes for who would actually take this away home. I think Cortisol and Jog got it. That's going to be my prediction, just because I got to pick somebody. But I really do think it's a toss-up between all the teams, Cody. And
yeah, I agree.
While we wait to get things on, let's take a look here at the team comps. The double heavy out of the side of the Boundless, Utopian on Goo Gun and Minigun. Very interesting. Toasted Bun's going to be running Winch, and SA-1216 was on the Shack there. Utopian now is actually swapping over to that Charge and Slam BFR. What do you think about BFR on this map? Never mind, M60, Utopian finally making up his mind there.
Short-lived. Well, I have a lot of things to say, but I can't unfortunately say them anymore because it's not relevant. So I guess we'll have to wait for another time, Sam.
Oh, that's tough, Cody. Well, getting into Fortune Stadium, I need you to take this one away just for a quick moment as my dog is voicing his opinions of needing to be let out of the room. So I'm going to do that real fast.
It's fine. It's all good. Well, I will keep you guys warm tonight as it gets a little cold because Sam isn't going to be around for a little while. Jumping in with Mont with the RN220. Previously seen him on heavy, which is certainly an interesting change here. Running Vanish Bomb in his first slot. Already getting some good shots here with that Arn, but the Big Splash are quite wiggly and they're kind of getting away there. Looks like trying to get some sort of backwards angle. Mont keeping his head up, noticing that that's happening, and man, this is definitely interesting. I'm not too sure what's developing here because Mont's just kind of watching it happen. And it looks like Utopian was able to steal the box, and now Mont wants to get involved because they're focused on that box. Getting a ton of damage. Mont back and forth. 2 lights. Dueling it out. Modified Genetics. Able to get a great pick. And down goes Mont. It is now a 2v2. And the struggling part here is that they're going to be able to get that res on the Tom Toast. But the Boundless are going to struggle to get that res back. They're going to probably have to wait for the coin. But the coin is coming in quick. I did hear Sam make a guttural grunt. So I do think he is back. How's it going, man?
I saw most of that. There was a whole lot of kiting happening, which was kind of crazy. But yeah, Mont and Farside looking to kite around each other. Finally, though, it looked like I guess Mont cleaning that one up. And Defender Coin coming in on the side of the Boundless here, going to get the full reset before the Big Splash can really get involved there. Comtos is going to fall early. Boundless going to look to continue to hold this cash out. That is a double heavy comp. This is going to be difficult with that AKM on the side of Modified Genetics looking to push this thing back in. And Toasted Buns finds the pick there. That is a wipe onto the Big Splash, Cody.
Man, that was a really good play, I think, honestly, from Modified Genetics. Continuing to be kind of slippery, jumping back and forth from the windows. It just wasn't enough. His team got down just a little too early. They couldn't hold it out a bit longer, and now the Boundless are starting to set up what seems to be a pretty nasty delay push. But I want to jump over to the Kingfish because they are currently... What is going on?
What did we jump into here?
What's going on here?
It's a whole lot of goo and a whole lot of pyro happening here, and I don't think things are going to be changing here. As I Like Men's going to go ahead and look to get sturdy here onto Cortisol, who pops that Vanishing Bomb and tries to get away. Does actually do that, and in the moment finds the pick onto Ninja Fart. It's just I Like Men on the side of the Kingfish remaining here as Cortisol, looking to get the flip there. I Like Men finding one, though, and he's the last one remaining on the side of the Kingfish. A coin, though, out of Gladius, leaving the gateway behind for his teammate Ninja Fart as well. This is actually great rotation. He might be able to find the pick onto Aquafex. No, gonna look to find one onto Cortisol there. He's down to 1.5 bars, though. Jog gonna say no, sir, and clean that one up. 2 remaining on the side of the Kingfish as they continue to fight this short-handed, Cody.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if I agree with the push from Gladius there. I mean, I maybe would have shoved a little bit harder to try to stop the steal, but what do I know? I'm just spectating and I'm not playing. Ninja Fart taking a ton of damage. It looks like I Like Men was able to get a pick on a Cortisol. Cortisol getting a pick on a Ninja Fart, and I Like Men taking himself out with the RPG, going out the man's way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, look at this pad real quick out of Ninja Fart. He basically Goomba stomps over Jog and almost makes it out there, but unfortunately not going to be enough there.
Yeah, definitely an unfortunate turn of events for the Big Splash there. And let's take a look at the leaderboard. We have currently the live wires, right, with a 3.5k lead. Those kills get in the way, and the Boundless are on hot pursuit to the Kingfish for this vault. And I'm wondering if the Kingfish even notice. I think they did hear that Vanish Bomb. The damage started coming out from Gladius with that Arm 220. Man, Ninja Fart is incredibly low. The Dome coming out from I Like Men to try to save him and turning around. Toasted Buns getting an RPG shot onto Gladius, completely preventing the split push there, which is kind of insane. And now they are in hot pursuit again onto this team. It is just Ninja Fart holding it out, taking the elevator up. You can hear the music in the back. Slowly just giving his travel a nice little tune. And he's holding it out, trying to get a hand res here.
Yeah, this is
a choice.
Yeah, definitely a reset opportunity here. 2v3 situation now as Toasted Buns is going to look to prevent the res. It's not going to come in time, though, as Gladius does get the trade out, actually, onto Toasted Buns here. I don't know how the Kingfish are still alive here. Gladius finally going to go down to Mont. 2v1 now as Ninja Fart, the last one remaining on the side of the Kingfish, and Boundless continuing to bound ahead and keep their lead as they look to get in here. Mont finding those last shots onto Ninja Fart, who somehow is staying alive, but ultimately going to go down there, Cody.
Yep, sorry. From my keys, there's a lot of them. Jumping in with the big splash, though. I think they want to get involved with what the balance and the Kingfish have. And they might be in a good spot here to intercept the box entirely before it gets plugged. Utopian's starting to move that. Looks like they're struggling to get their teammates. But no, the fight's starting to brew. Mott gets a pick onto far side. Great damage with that Arn 220. Drops down trying to stay alive because lives are more important than ever. But Tom Toast coming in with that sword is looking a little scary, but not for Mott. Mott gets a great pick onto Tom Toast. That Arn 20 continuing to just laser into the big splash. It is now just modified genetics, holding it out for the rest of the team. And not too great of a position here. Looks like he's able to get the pad away, and now the defib's coming out. Gonna try to get his team back up to full, and they're gonna have to be very careful because I'm sure the Boundless are looking and are in active pursuit of the big splash then.
Yeah, Big Splash constantly on the back foot, it feels like. Boundless just doing a good job of keeping tempo here. We also saw kind of the similar situation where the Kingfish felt like they were constantly a man down, speaking of which they did on the other side of the arena real quick get a pick onto Cortisol. Keeping my eye on those kill feeds while we wait for this fight to break back out here, which the box is still in possession of the Boundless. The Big Splash finally getting this reset here, gonna look to do a re-attack onto this cash out. Modified Genetics eyeballing the cash out there, looking to see if there was any C4 on it, maybe looking for an opportunity to go ahead and get the steal in, but going to go ahead and get involved in the fight here as Mont and Toasted Buns put in a ton of damage. Tom Toast is going to go down there early. Mont finding with that elbow on some Modified Genetics. Is just Farside on the remaining for the Big Splash. Mont and Farside battling it out once again. We've seen this fight already happen once. Mont going to win that one there with the assist out of Toasted Buns, Cody.
Yeah, and that fight ended very quickly, but I think another one is brewing because at the very bottom of my screen, I see Cortisol and the live wires potentially getting involved in this cash box. And this is a great move for them, right? Because this is the only team they have to worry about getting in their way. If they get this box, that lead's going to be really close. Cortisol wants to try to get a pick onto the heavy here, but unable to make it happen. Going to try to get an off angle, but that dome and that RPG is looking scary. He needs to be careful to not get hit. Tries to throw the red barrel, but ends up doing damage to himself instead. And I'm curious where the rest of the live wires are here, and it looks like they're slowly starting to get involved with Cortisol. Maybe he was just the front runner, the bad omen for the Boundless. And Jog is coming in, dealing some damage onto Utopian. That dome comes in, and so does that RPG. Down goes Jog. Utopian getting a great pick. It is Cortisol, it is Aquavex trying to hold it out for this team because the Boundless are looking scary, and they need to be careful. And something happened with the statue, I'm not too sure. Toasted Buns getting a pick onto Aquavex. It is Cortisol and Jog now making this two-man approach to this team, but it's not enough. Now, the gap is undescribable. It's not, it doesn't exist anymore. It's 34-50.
It's tied.
34-50. Yeah,
I was going to
this is
say,
scary.
Yeah, so I was going to say, Cody, the live wires pushing in and forcing that final into Boundless was an interesting choice. Because we could see from
but it just didn't work.
Well, we could see it in the UI though that if the Boundless winded up actually winning that fight, that extends their lead. The live wires actually were going to stay in first no matter what happens with that cash out. If they left the Boundless alone, in fact, they would have a better lead than they do right now. Honestly, they probably should have rotated over and looked for this fight on the Kingfish, which they're now looking to take on. The problem is they're also being chased down by the Boundless. This is going to be a third-party fight here in the Big Splash. Also involved, you see it in the kill feed there as Tom Toast at Farside down to 1 HP currently on that side. Going to go ahead and heal up here, but we're staying here as Cortisol finds the pick onto Mont. These are big kills between the Boundless and the Kingfish here as the Boundless need to go down if the live wires want to book a win here. And unfortunately, that's not going to happen as the live wires finally wipe. Again, we are in regular cash out rules, not ranked, so there is no 15% deduction from the money amount, but the live wire is going to continue to hold on here by only $1,000. That is 2 kills that the Boundless need to tie things up, 3 for them to win. If they manage to get a steal, it's an extra 1,000 on top of it itself here, Cody. Not much time remaining, 24 seconds left as we now enter overtime. Cody, what more needs to happen here? If you're the live wires, what do you need to do to bring this one home?
You need to rush. You need to get as many kills as possible because they are not too far behind from you, but it looks like that's exactly what happened. They have gotten a ton. They are able to get the money, and the steals coming in because it doesn't matter. They got enough kills. They have the lead, and the live wires are able to take victory.
Wow, insane plays there. I mean, look how close the money was. Still 6.5K deficit. That was just
I don't know how they were able to get 1,500. I think they got the team wipe at the last second, Sam, and they were able to keep their lead. I mean, it was literally just 1 or 2 kills away, and they were able to get out of nowhere. They got the 1,500. It was crazy. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I mean, that was a kill race, a full nail biter to see who was going to bring that one home. An absolute, I mean, definition of a kill race. It was even tied up until the last second, but ultimately the live wires managed to bring that one home. Insane plays out of them. Let's take a look at the scoreboard real quick here as Cortisol going even 6-6. Aquavex going huge. That's your boy. You said the coin flip. Look at him, 7-2. Made it happen. Meanwhile, on the Boundless side, Toasted Buns going huge there, 10-3 with 4.6k damage. Being actually out damaged though by Mont, 8-3 with 6 assists. It looks like a lot of cleanup happening out of Toasted Buns there in that match. And then overall, also Gladius, the person that we talked about, you know, at the beginning of this game, just looks like unfortunately he was just getting caught pretty often, but still putting in the work there with the damage, 4.1k, 5-8 total on the KDA record, Cody. And I want to say one thing. I'm putting a win on my book. I predicted that Jog and then would win, and they did. So there you go. Insane game, though, on Fortress Stadium. In my opinion, still my favorite cash-out map on this video
my
game.
two were the live wires and the Boundless, and man, it was really both of them to the last second there. It was crazy.
Yeah.
So I get 2 wins.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. And I do actually see Router has now clipped, by the way, while we wait for our next game to get up and running here. Router has shared in our Discord that snag on the cash out real quick. Let's go ahead and take a look here. This is from our first cash out of today, where they came in and intercepted this vault that was going into D. This is Utopian looking to plug this. Managed to get the snag and the plug. What an insane play to make that one work. Let's watch it back one more time real quick, as this was, I mean, just about frame perfect. It looked even faster from our POV. Insane gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see it from the other side, because like I feel like when we were watching it, right, it felt like it went right in. Like he turned away and we're like, all right, they got it, and we turned around and we're like, hold on, how did they get that? So that was a crazy play. I mean, like Sam said, it literally was like a snap of the finger. We didn't even realize. So insane play. Shout out to you, Roder. Great to watch you. I mean, when they said, hey, you need to keep an eye on them, yeah,
they weren't lying. They were not lying. Yeah, they put us in for a treat, and we got it in that cash out, just like we have in all these cash outs. And real quick, again, major shout out to the Codebreakers crew for bringing along everybody tonight. This has been an awesome Pug Night, pretty much our most attended one, I think, ever. Definitely since we've been broadcasting them. And if you want to get in on more Pugs action, one, you can join our Discord by typing in ! Discord like Perez did in chat, and join the link and then get in on the action. No team required. People of all ranks are able to play. It's good mix all around, and most of the time these are random teams, I'd say. So you know, you get a total mix on who is on your team. But if you're looking for more Pugs action throughout the week to keep playing, head to the Codebreakers Discord, as they're going to be spinning up Pugs the same way we are on Thursday nights, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern as well. You'll be able to go ahead and get a whole nother series of games throughout the week. On top of that as well is Ape Squad on Sunday, and Monday is merch customs with Ape Squad as well. I'm not sure if those are necessarily Pugs, but they run custom games, and you should check those out as well. There's tons of stuff to get involved in here in the community that is not just pro level play. If you can be anybody and get involved. I'm actually probably going to jump into the Codebreakers Pugs to show my support on Thursday this week. Along with Codebreakers as well, Codebreakers is working with Lone Ranger to spin up heist games. They've actually ran one event. Cody, you actually casted it a while ago now, and they're going to, I think, get things running again in like April or something like that.
I've seen. Yeah.
So
very excited to see some more of that.
We are official casters for heist games, along with a ton of awesome casting staff as well. So once that gets spun back up, you know that we'll be dropping the links in our Discord, but make sure you're over in the Codebreakers Discord as well to know when that's going live. And you might be hearing our voices chop it up on the desk as we continue to watch these players battle it out for some tournament points. Also, hello, Onyx. I see you in chat. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. And thank you to everybody again who has tuned in this evening. This is our weekly Pug series. We host it every single Tuesday from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Open to anybody. Just join on in. If you're interested in casting and observing, join up. Submit us a support ticket. If you've never casted before but think it's something you'd love to even try, submit us a ticket. We'll get you with somebody who's experienced to help you show the way and keep it afloat. Let you have a good time. You might find that you love it, just like we did. If you want to learn to observe as well, the tickets are open for you as well. We can always use another cameraman or woman or anybody and also another main camera as well. We'd love to get people involved in the scene as much as possible. And speaking of which, I've yapped long enough. We have our next game ready to roll. Cody, gonna be jumping on Sis Horizon. Break down the teams for us real quick.
Yeah, certainly interesting going in. I see Utopian running Goo Gun and Barry running Charge and Slam, both running miniguns, and Farside coming in between. Interesting little sandwich going on here, I will say. But on the other side, it looks like we have 2 lights, a medium, 2 lights, and a heavy, and 2 lights and a heavy again. A lot of heavies, a lot of lights, not a lot of mediums for this match, and I think it's going to be very crazy. Already jumping in with the Boundless Sam. What do you think about these class choices?
It never fails. TFC Pug Night, we always see a very wide variety of loadouts, which just makes it so fun. Like, that's the thing that I've actually loved about casting pugs, is you can't really predict much of anything. Like, every single lobby is completely fresh and new. You know, like, when you watch the top level of play, you obviously know what the meta is, and I'm gonna stop yapping already, because Gladius has just hit the zip line at probably a no-scope, I would guess, odds of far side there, as the Boundless and the Kingfish are gonna look to fight things out here. Barry already laying damage with this minigun onto Gladius, but not finding the pick yet. Almost finds it on Jog, but that's gonna be 60 hertz coming in from behind with that LH1 to take the wipe onto the Boundless, Cody.
Yeah, that was a crazy set of plays from the Kingfish. They were moving as a unit. I mean, Jog with that heal beam, keeping Gladius up just to continue letting him fire in shots. I mean, whew, couldn't have just done it better myself. It's crazy. I don't say.
Yeah, big plays overall, and we saw Gladius, I mean, just pop off with that SR-84. Something that I feel like we see a lot of in Pugs. I feel like I see more sniper gameplay here than I probably have anywhere else.
Yeah, we are snipers haven over here at TFC.
Yeah, we made the joke one time of becoming the FaZe clan of the finals. Not that we're good at sniping, but it feels like it's already a gig there.
I want to stay far away from that name.
Okay, fair enough. All right, Gladius gonna look to make things happen here with that SR-84. Finds a nice shot onto Barry, looking for the second one to maybe clean that one up, but it isn't gonna happen there as Barry does go down to the double barrel of Aquavex. Farside finding one on top to Tom Toast. Utopian finding one onto Aquavex as well. 2v1 situations. Navy Street's last one remaining on the side of the live wires. Gladius finding one onto Farside there as the res did come through. Finding another one onto Utopian. Cody just needs one more onto Barry. I don't know if he's going to find it here. It looks like the rest of the team
he might.
is going to probably clean this one up.
It's lined up. Give me the 3-piece. Oh. Maybe the 4-piece? Maybe the 4-piece? Okay. It was going to happen at some point, but man, Gladius just continuing to just give the Boundless a bad time. Let the boys play. Let him play.
Fight is already reset, by the way. This thing has been going on forever. In fact, the cash out's already dwindling down 3/4 of the way. Jog looking to get out of there with his life as he's got 2 bars remaining. And still, we're just staying in this thing, as now I think I saw somebody with the live wires potentially being involved as well. I'm not quite sure. I do. Live wires spawning nearby as well, going to be involved. Here is currently, I think, a third party, if I'm not mistaken, Cody.
Yeah, every team is here and they want involved. Utopian trying to get the steal, but it looks like it was completely interrupted because Gladius continues to just lay into the Boundless. They do not get a break, but hold on, things are starting to change. It looks like the live wires are starting to make a steal, and I don't know if anyone's able to interrupt it. Oh my gosh, Tom Toast getting the insane melee to let him get the steal at the last second? No, wait, what? I don't know what I'm looking at anymore. Sam, can you break this down? I'm confused.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know as well. Kingfish somehow bringing that one to them.
I thought they had it.
Listen, it was so very perfect. There's so many teams here. I genuinely don't know how that even ended up working out, but it did. For the side of the Kingfish is now Utopia gonna lay in with that minigun. The Navy Street, Tom Toast also losing their life there as a wipe comes in on the live wires. And Cody, I think we got a slight bit of downtime. I gotta show this replay real quick of Gladius with that sniper rifle from earlier. This was just insane. I've been sitting on this clip waiting for that to end, but he finds one there on the far side, the second headshot on the Utopian as well, but unfortunately was not gonna find the third one there to clean things up. But just insane gameplay already. Very fun to watch, as now we go ahead and work our way to our second rotation of cash outs. Cash out C, by the way, already in progress, and I'm not even sure if Vault 3 has been plugged. It looks like it hasn't. It's already moving across the map about halfway there, Cody.
Yeah, the big splash are in a good spot here because everyone is focused on that third vault. Jog starting to move it, and I don't know, I'm a little worried. There's a chance that a double could happen, but I don't think that's the case. Weirdly enough, the big splash are in a great position here, preventing the Kingfish from moving anywhere at all. It's almost like they want the double to happen, and now Tonto's coming in, doing some great damage. The live wire is completely getting rid of the Boundless here. Aquavex running the SH1900, which is interesting choice, but man, I really just want to continue to talk about the big splash because they are keeping this fight going and they are controlling the fight every which way. And now Asteel's trying to come in, but Toastabun says no. And the box, I'm not too sure what's happening with Vault 3, Sam.
Yeah, it still has not been plugged. I feel like this is actually a pretty smart play. We saw this earlier, right, on Bernal. I think it was the Suspended Structures map, where things were so out of sync that it makes sense to just go ahead and drop it and get involved in the fight that's happening on the other side of the map instead. Mainly because everybody's going to rotate over to that box anyways once it's plugged. But it looks like it might not be the case anymore. I saw Vault 3 get picked up and probably thrown away. There's a lot of fights happening almost on the Vault now. Not even happening on this cash out, but we're going to stay here as Toastabuns does have sights onto the live wires and Navy Street and Aquavex there who are looking for a steal opportunity. Gateway coming in out of Toastabuns now looking to get up top. Going to continue to hold this power position. That has just been so strong for this cash out.
No, why would you double here? There's like no time left.
Utopian. The Utopian
No way,
special.
no way.
Wait, good.
Someone needs to interrupt this.
Utopian might actually make this
No.
one happen. There's no way that they're going to actually get this. They do. Are you serious? Utopian. The Guga God apparently managing to make that one work out. We got to take a look back at that.
You can't let them get those. You can't let them get those. What are we watching?
Insane usage there. By the way, there was a pyro barrel on fire right next to it, somehow not actually touching any of that goo, making the Boundless able to continue to spam it and get the flip. That was genuinely insane.
Oh my. I just gotta say it again. You can't let him get those because that just validates him. He's gonna go for it again. You can't let him have that.
If anybody's gonna get away with some shenanigans like that, it is Utopian. I mean, it is just always him. I mean, my voice is literally going.
Who invited this guy?
That's our moderator.
Yeah, that is our moderator. Oh man.
Oh man. Oh well. Boundless now all of a sudden in a great spot at 34,500. Doing great here as Ninja Fart's gonna find one onto Aquavex. Gladius getting a pick onto Barry as well. Oh man, insane all around as now the cash out has been deposited in favor of the big splash. This is an 18K box, which makes me think, I guess, oh right, it got doubled. I forgot. That happened so quickly. I forgot it got doubled. But down go the Boundless. And chat, as we must say every single cash out, this is not your standard cash out rules, right? When you play World Tour ranked where first and second matter. No, here at TFC Pug Night, you gotta come in first. That's how you book a win on our leaderboard. So it is all to play for. If you are not first, you are indeed last. So expect probably another double here as 5 looks to be making its way all the way to cash out A already. Jog and squad approaching with the Kingfish, looking to make something happen here. A nice red barrel and follow-up shot there onto Navy Street. He's the last one remaining on the side of the live wires, and Jog looking to clean that up, decides not to, going to continue to keep his eyes on the prize, and the prize being that cash out with Vault 5. They need this double if you're the Kingfish. In fact, no, actually, they could get away if it doesn't get double, but it's probably just safe to be, you know, better to be safe.
This might be a good time. Never mind, it's not a good time to steal because the Boundless are here and they want to continue to do some more shenanigans. Jog continuing to just lay in to the Boundless with that repeater. He's trying to get some sort of shot from Rockbolt, kind of getting interrupted, and the Goo trying to come in and try to make some sort of cocoon so he can get this steal, but the Boundless are right here. Certainly they're going to interrupt this, right? Yeah, come on. Yeah. Okay, I was like, hold on, I'm waiting. I'm not going to say anything just yet. But now the Boundless are in an interesting spot because it's just Barry holding it out for the Boundless, and the Sonar's coming in, detecting his position. He throws down the dome. He says, you know what? If I'm going to get any sort of res, it's going to happen now. But I Like Men says no. The big splash are now taking the Boundless out of the fight, and someone needs to stop them, Sam.
Yeah, I was literally going to say earlier, Utopian's got that goo gun. You know the stall is going to be there unless they find a pick onto him. And unfortunately, he does go down. So, you know, it does wind up working out for Jog and the Kingfish to make it out of there. Boundless getting wiped, though, which means they're going to lose this map, Cody, as the big splash look to secure things and bring it home.
66K. I mean, even with the shenanigans that the Boundless were pulling, the big splash just made it out on top with an insane lead. Can we talk about that? 66 to what? I think it was an equal split of like 33. It was quite literally, if you split it down the middle, they had so much money. It was insane.
I mean, I guess that's what happens when you secure 36,000 bucks. But I mean, that's after vaults 3 and 4 being doubled as well, which is just absurd.
Yeah, the fact that he still had 36 there was insane.
Yeah.
I mean, or 33, insane. Sorry.
Oh, man. Back-to-back action. I feel like my brain has gone to mush, especially after watching that one where Yuto just, I don't know how they got that steal still. That is just genuinely insane. Again, if you're not following us on Twitter, make sure you are, because that one probably will wind up on the timeline as well this week. We're going to be going through a clip of this VOD for you, so you'll have plenty of highlights if you missed some of the action and we're playing, but it was genuinely insane.
Yeah, absolutely. I cannot say how much I love Pugs enough. It is such a fun time, and the fact that we're going to get even more Pugs, I know you've said it a million times, but with Codebreakers starting it up too on Thursdays, I'm just excited to hear that there is more the final stuff going on. And yeah, I mean, what can I say enough? I mean, I'm just happy to be here, and I think we have one more game left. It is 6:40 for me, so I think we usually try to do about that 2-hour mark. So I think we got one more game going in, and I'm gonna see if this one is available or if they've started yet. It looks like they have, so we are going to wait for this next queue to go. Looks like it should start up any moment. But Sam, how are we feeling? How's Pugs been today?
Pugs has been genuinely like amazing. I mean, I can't say it enough. Shout out Codebreakers, shout out the Crude clan, shout out Gunyu. I mean, you guys are all incredible for bringing the whole party here. I mean, it's been genuinely insane. 24 people is definitely the max that we've ever had at Pugs, and having 2 full cash out lobbies running is just really awesome. This is something that, like, before we ran Pugs, Cody and I actually really had not had a chance to cast cash out before, and Pugs has given us the chance to get the reps, even though you can probably tell that we're about to pass out because these games have been just genuinely insane. So again, genuine shout out to all of you for joining and playing. I mean, we know that the Finals Esports has kind of been a pretty stagnant period at the moment. Things are going to start ramping back up, and you will see us in the background running B streams and getting involved in the scene like we have been before. But it's been nice to have this in the meantime. So again, thank you all for playing. Sorry, I just read Cody's message. He's getting a cheese stick, he said. So give him 1 second. But yeah. This is the last game, Pineapple, but we will be doing... Oh, sorry. Yes, this is our last game of the evening that we will be broadcasting, but please make sure that you join the Codebreakers Discord and join in for their Pugs on Thursday night starting at 8 p.m. Codebreakers, please, I don't think our chat will do anything. If you send your link, please send an invite link in our chat if you can. Also, feel free to send it in our Discord. We'll be sharing it out as well. Also, real quick, before this game gets started, before we get into it, we've had a goal this past year, just like an internal goal, of growing our Discord community to 1,000 members. Cody, we're at 548, and I did see 550 earlier.
I was gonna say, yeah, we're at almost 550, which is pretty crazy. I think we can make it to 1,000, man. I think we can.
Yeah, so if you enjoy the finals, we're also adding coverage for a lot of other things like Arc Raiders, Marathon, and also Deadlock. Definitely join our Discord. We got a lot going on over there. We may even be potentially spinning up Pugs for Deadlock soon. If you're into that game, we would love to maybe make that happen, but we need to
let us know
interest in doing so, because Cody and I have been addicted to the game, to say the least. But yeah, a lot of things happening around the scene, and so yeah, and Codebreakers as well, saying that they're looking to get to 1,000.
Let's do it
so
together.
Make sure you join over there and keep it growing. Yeah, Cody, I know you had to walk away. I think you said you were going to house a cheese stick. Is that what happened?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I have the hungry shakes right now. I'm feeling. So I went in there. I scavenged like a caveman, and I found a cheese stick, and I just devoured it in like 2 seconds. So as soon as this stream is done, I'm going to go warm up something to eat, because I'm not. I could do it. The last game, it started hitting. I was like, whoa.
Listen, I know that like we put in our announcements as well that it's non-stop action for 2 hours, but it really has been non-stop action for 2 hours in a lot of very crazy cash out games. I mean, there's stuff that like I think my brain just isn't firing fast enough that I'm probably missing at this point in even casting it. So
and that's why it's great practice.
It is.
Saying. But speaking of, we are on the last game of the night, and we like to do something special here. Okay, we always do a game show, last game of the night. So we're gonna see what that game show is. And we're also seeing if we're going to do Kyoto, apparently. So we're going to see if that happens. This is not my idea.
No way people
this
are
is not my idea, okay? This is not my idea.
I've seen a lot
Someone
of
said,
people
please no
saying
low grab. What's with the low grab hate? I stand behind.
You're
I
wrong.
think low grab is
No,
too
you're
hated.
wrong. You're wrong.
Low grab's too hated, man.
I know. I don't like it, but I don't play light. That's why. Because if you play light, you press Q and, you know, you're actually kind of negating the low grab. If you're on medium and you accidentally take your pad, you're airborne forever. You're just free cannon fodder.
Same as heavy. You're just like stuck in the air forever.
Yeah, I mean, also, yeah, heavy is just a free farm at that point. He's big and beefy and easy to hit in the skies, so he just gets beamed down. It's, yeah, a rough situation to be in.
All right, it looks like we're going into our last match of the night. People who like low grab probably rage in deadlock, not gonna lie. I don't rage in deadlock. I have a great time. My mind and my body is a temple. I just sit on my lane and I vibe.
He silently rages. He doesn't actually out loud rage.
Yep.
He like balls internally about it.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep.
Welcome in, Waltz, by the way. Everybody show your love. That's our go.
Yeah, give him some love. I mean, he's been, you know, kind of my deadlock duo. I'm just saying, me and him have something special.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that.
All right, my bad.
That's it. I'm finding a new duo. It's over. It's over.
It's not, you're duoed with Big Chutter. Big Chutter's your duo.
That's messed up that you would duo me with the alt account. Have you seen my win rate? It's been chilling. What do you mean?
Well,
Listen,
the Yamato lash is what makes it nasty.
that sounds like a you issue because I'd be one-tricking Yamato.
Sorry, I'm downing Joyride because that's the only thing I can eat in front of me.
Oh my gosh, dude, are you gonna eat a Factor 75 meal after this?
Yeah. All right,
Not
take
a
this one home. I'm
hashtag ad,
chewing.
but I will say we can be bought. We have said that before, and I'll still stand on it. I already use Factor just because I'm.
Wait,
I just
hold
don't have
on.
much
Someone in
time.
the chat just pointed out something. Do you see the?
Yeah, it's all lights, but one. Yeah. Jog
Oops.
didn't go light. Oops, all lights.
Oops, all lights.
Yeah, so we're gonna be playing Kyoto, all lights. Aquavex having the right idea probably with SR84. I ain't gonna lie. This is probably the lobby to run it if you're going to. And we're going to start off with I Like Men, who spotted 60 Hertz and then no longer spotted him. And he finds Jog. Nice headshots there onto him, but it's not going to trade into a kill just yet. Jog does, I think, still have that repeater. He can have a field day on this map, but I have the feeling all the rest of the lights are going to run it down. Gladius going crazy in the kill feed, by the way. I can't wait to jump on that one later. Utopian on the sword. I Like Men also finding a pick there. That's 2 on the side of the Big Splash Boundless. 3v1 currently. 60 Hertz is the last one remaining. Looking to maybe equalize this fight, but it's not going to happen as the Boundless go ahead and move this vault over to cash out B. Cody, I've played this map enough, but I can't really say I've ever watched it from the point. Oh, and the box is doubled already. How did it get doubled so fast? Wait, what just happened?
I don't know.
That's insane.
I have no clue. I don't know what happened.
I didn't even see the second vault coming in. That's insanity. So we've already got a double, first 2 cash outs. I mean, what do you expect? It's an all-light lobby on Kyoto with game shows. I mean, I'm sure.
Is everyone running snipers? Is it just a lead?
No, it's just a couple, which I mean makes sense. Like if you're gonna play Kyoto against all lights, actually running sniper, I feel like is the right choice. That or like LH1. Something with range and high DPS, I feel like is the right call here. So we're going to continue to see that again as Farside. Yep, finds one onto Ninja. Toasted Bun's going to go ahead and get the res onto Router. Livewire is up to full strength currently, but the cash out in possession of the Kingfish as Farside does take a shot there. Returns one as well onto Gladius, but Jog with that repeater. Kind of a sniper, I guess. Onto Farside now. 3v2, v2, v2 situation. There's a lot going on here, Cody.
I'm still chewing. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. It's just like young eating Ferrero Rocher. Like, this is just what it's like. We big eaters around here. But
I'm sorry. I'm so hungry.
not on the precision weapons, as Router is going to be rocking that RN220 here. We've seen them absolutely pop off tonight with the beams that they have been. They found one there. Toasted Bun's going to get the res onto far side. Cash out dwindling away now, about 3/4 of the way gone as the Kingfish continue to hold positions onto this. We see the Boundless now starting to make their approach here as Router detonates that breach charge, something that also probably makes sense to run into all light lobby since there's no heavies with C4. You got to find a way to drop the box somehow, am I right? Grab Vortex as well being popped. A lot of util that you don't typically see in this lobby. Cody, have you finished your joyride, and can you break down what else is going on around here?
Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of sniping. Like you said, the gravity vortex is weird, but the steel is coming in, and Farsight able to get a pick on a 60 hertz, Comtos on a Rodder, and I like men onto someone else on pink team. And now both of these teams are just kind of just duking it out, and the Boundless trying to stay alive. I like men kind of the last one holding it out for the Boundless, able to get a pick onto Ninja Fart. And now dueling with Gladius, getting some great shots with his XP54. Great, honestly, really good choice against lights here. Normally not too great of a weapon, but man, XP54 kind of shines when you're going against all lights. And now the Boundless are able to coin in, but they're going to wait. Dog's finally getting that
nice
last pick onto the Boundless, and down goes them is the Big Splash versus just Gladius. Holding out for the Kingfish. Not too great of a position here. There's not a lot to break down. It's just a lot of chaos. Something we've seen a lot in Pugs tonight. Jog trying to get this pick onto Gladius, getting that final kill for the Kingfish. And man, the Big Splash coming out on top, dominating this lobby, but not dominating this lobby in money, because the Kingfish are sitting quite well on top of him.
Yep, and we see Vault 3 already being started on the side of the live wires. Vault 4 has not been tapped to just yet, but I think Toasted Bun spotted somebody from the Big Splash that was padding over there. I think it's safe to say Big Splash probably going to go ahead and get that one started, and we'll get things back underway here on Suspended Structures and Kyoto. Live wires looking to take position here up top. This is a great power position to be in, but I don't think they've spotted anybody beneath them just yet. We heard that sniper crack ring out from the side of the Kingfish. That was probably Gladius or Aquavex. I think both of them are running sniper. Ninja Fart, though, with the double barrel, finding one onto Router. Far side getting the trade out onto Ninja Fart. Now a 2v2 situation, actually a 1v2 situation is Far side. Still trying to hold on here. Finds another one onto Gladius. Aquavex, the last one remaining on the side of the Kingfish, does stick the res onto Ninja Fart. As Far side finds one onto Ninja Fart. It's just Aquavex remaining again on the Kingfish. Aquavex trying to close this one out. Needs to find the pick on the far side, who has been absolutely unkillable, and he does it.
But no one's going to be... Yeah, I don't think there's anyone that can interrupt this. Uh-oh. No, he's able to get steal. Wait. Okay, so they're gonna steal back, I guess. I don't know what's happening anymore.
I looked away just for a quick instant replay, and I guess we've missed the fact that the box got stolen back. Is that what?
Yes, but it's gonna keep going back.
Okay.
Because they're back up again.
So it's an absolute bang out. The party was going great as Ninja Farts is going to try to close the gap here with that double barrel. Nice grapple movement there. Unfortunately, gets caught on the side of the roof there. And we're shooting bodies. Let's go. I love to see it. Live wires now flipping the box back around, Cody.
I'm chewing again.
Cody still going crazy on the joyride. We'll keep you updated on that situation as
It's holding
well.
me together right now.
You know, it's America's healthiest candy. Did you know that?
It is. It's really good.
I haven't tried it yet, but I need to. But cash out probably going in favor of the live wires here. And Cody, I think we're going to actually be at a pretty even game, assuming things don't change. There's obviously a lot of time still on cash out C, and we're going to see the live wires go ahead and rotate over and get involved here. But checking in on things, we'll be at 25,000 for the live wires, 24,500 for the Kingfish, and then 20,750 if the Boundless actually secure this one, assuming no more kills and things like that. But the live wire is going to continue to try to extend this lead by getting some kill participation here. We're going to jump on with Utopian now, who's on the sword, which, I mean, it makes sense to run the sword on Kyoto, right? It's very thematic. I don't really know if in this lobby, though, it's really what you want when you're running up against all these snipers, Cody.
Yeah, still chilling.
That's crazy. Okay, I will try and keep it going, you know, big munching over there. Cash Cash Out still in possession of the balance. Does not look to be like it's getting very contested. Looks like our game show for this Cash Out is going to be meteor showers, I think. So, you know, nothing too disruptive. Just going to take out some of the height, which actually suspended structures. That could be actually a pretty big change, depending on.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, thank God. Please get in there.
Hold on, I wasn't ready. All right, now I'm really ready.
Get in there, fella.
Hold on, let me figure out what's going on. Okay, I think I know what's going on. All right, jumping on with 60 hertz and the big splash. Tomtoes starting to move Vault 5. It looks like they're able to plug it into D here, but they're down 1. Jog has 20 seconds on the clock to be able to coin in. 60 hertz is already starting to take damage from the live wires, and this is not too good of a spot for the big splash because they are down a ton of money. I don't even know if it's worth watching this right now, Sam, but we're going to keep watching it regardless. 60 hertz trying to stay alive. They're taking damage from pink. The live wires want this box because... Wait, I don't know what's happening anymore. Okay, I'm here. Okay, the big splash will want this box, but it doesn't matter because the live wires have it currently, and they're going to continue to dominate. But now 60 hertz is trying to get damage with the LH1, and the Kingfish are completely out of the fight because the Boundless are trying to get a double because they need it to get first because that's how it works in TFC Pugs. And they're trying, but it's not really working out too well because the live wires just continue to just lay into everyone on the team. But Utopian able to get a pick onto Tom Toast. I like Men getting a pick on the Jog getting a pick on Navy Street. Big Splash now just holding it out by 60 hertz, and this is very, very bad for him. These Boundless are fully up, and they're going to start pushing him on this rooftop. But guys, I've said it once, and I'll say again, this fight doesn't matter. Why are we fighting each other? We got to unify and get 6 plugged to get this double because we're just letting the live wires take it home for free. But the double now starting to come in, but it only helps the live wires because the steal still needs to happen, and there's only 50 seconds on the clock. The live wire is starting to play a little bit more passively, but he's directly behind Aquavex. And the question was, does Aquavex notice that 93R can do a lot of damage very fast? But no, Rodder says, I don't even want to get Aquavex. Not yet, until right now. And damn, there goes Aquavex. Before you even know it, he's not even involved in the fight anymore. And now Utopian is going for the steal, but the Gravity Vortex is coming in, and that sword's scary, but not as scary as Toasted Buns with that LH1. And now the Big Splash getting a lot of damage as well, getting multiple picks, not only on the Kingfish, who are struck down again. They just got back up. Let him breathe. Let him stand up. But the steal is now coming in, and I Like Men is getting involved. And I don't know if there's any time left. 10 seconds on the clock. The Boundless are holding it down still, and the damage is still coming in. Someone needs to start a steal, but I don't think there's any time left. And Sam...
Oh, man. $68,000 going to the live wires.
I want you to know I'm like literally like, you know, like Chihuahuas, you know how like they're just constantly shaking?
Yeah.
That's me right now. Like I'm like shoving Joyride into my mouth and I'm just shaking.
Would you say the Joyride buff got you through that game?
No.
Oh. Hashtag
I
not
literally
ad.
checked
Hashtag
out. I
not
just
ad.
like I was just focusing on the Joy. No, I was focusing on the Joyride. Made me lock in on the Joyride. I was just locked in on the Joyride.
Aye, bro. All right.
But I'll try to lock in on the leaderboard in front of me. Far side with 12 eliminations, 5 deaths, 1 assist, 6k damage, almost 7. I don't like those numbers together. We won't talk about that too much longer. But Rodder, 2 eliminations. Toasted Buns, 6. And a little bit under, you know. The Kingfish, they want to be even. They want to be together. They're a team, and they're going to lose as a team. But 4 eliminations across the board. And man, let me tell you, the Big Splash 60 hertz really popping off. Man, really not able to find a footing there. They really struggle. I mean, all those lights, oops, all lights, and that's all she wrote, folks. But I will say thank you to everyone. Thank you to Code Breakers. Thank you to Kazo. Thank you to the people in the chat. Thank you to the people for playing. Thank you to Sam. Thank you to me. Thank you to everybody in this community for continuing to hold out and do some great things together. And there's going to be a lot more great things coming soon. And the next great thing is Code Breakers on Thursday. So please join their Discord. We're going to shout it out as much as we can. We're going to shout it from the rooftops. We're going to shout it from the sewers of Deadlock. We're going to shout it from everywhere. Sam, is there anything that you want to shout out? Is there anything that you want to say?
Nah, you covered it great, Cody. Again, yeah, thank you again to the Codebreakers community for showing up tonight for Pugs Night. I mean, normally we were able to run one cash out game and maybe like a final round at the same time. We had double cash out games going the entire night. I mean, this is the first time that we probably weren't actually mathematically able to watch every single person play at least once. I do want to give a shout out. I said it earlier in the stream. I was hoping the dojo would show up. They did show up for Pugs. Unfortunately, we didn't catch one of their games. But if you want to play next week, we'll be right back at it again Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern to 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. What are we on now? We're in EDT now or whatever. Anyways,
I want to say one more thing.
Go ahead.
Just because we're finishing the stream doesn't mean Pugs has to stop. There are plenty of people playing. You can keep playing. You can keep having fun. Who knows? You might even join along sometime. But keep playing. Have fun. We don't have to. I know the casting is the fun part, but still keep playing. It's always there. It doesn't have to be a Tuesday. It can be any day.
Yeah.
So.
And that actually reminds me, Cody, let's take one quick peek at something just before we go. And that's going to be our leaderboards. Once again, we have been running basically splits here at TFC Pug Night. Our first split was January and February. I know I need to post the results. I kind of forgot. I had to go to a work trip.
Can I go warm
but I
up
have
my
them.
food? I'm sure.
But Jog, yeah, go ahead. But Jog currently leading with 5 wins there. If you want to topple him, hop into the final round Pugs queue, and you can have your chance. The leaderboard wipes at the end of April. Taking a look at cash out, though, as that was most of our games this evening. Let's see who we have on top. It's actually Schizo now taking the lead, or tying the lead over Utopian, who last time we checked was leading. So now there is a battle for first place at only 4 wins. This is available to anybody. So again, if you want to get yourself on this leaderboard, just play. That's all you got to do. Come in first and cash out, or win your games for final round, and you can see yourself up here as well. And it's all for fun. And that's all I got. Cody's gone to microwave his food. I'm also going to do the same because it's currently 10 p.m. here for me. We're going to raid this out real quick. So please, please, please show some TFC love to whoever we raid out here in just a moment. And we'll catch you guys on Thursday for Codebreakers, and we will be back next Tuesday. So have a great evening, everybody. Thanks again.